doesn't matter what you want. I will succeed, whether you like it or not. I am unstoppable. When will you learn that? When will you learn that?
Again, Mr. Williams, I invite you to conversate with me directly. I don't do all this internet stuff. The problem is you're going after my family, you post my children, and then you mention my name. So you and I, we need to have a conversation. And yes, this is a forever problem.
It's me, Darius Cooks, also known as your local scammer.
You are, you gay, grown up in Chicago, you just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, Lavelle, those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Vail. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He probably, he ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
Show out, run your mouth, pop off at the mouth. I do something called an attack. When you do the attack, you got to make sure you're real rooted and grounded. Look that way. Make sure you're real rooted and grounded so they don't know what's about to go on. You just attack them. You just attack them up. What did I say? I said you better do what I said to do. Did they think you're crazy? If they think you're crazy, they'll just walk away slowly like that.
Yeah, I stole from the church, Then, okay, the first time I definitely remember stealing was I stole from this lady's purse, a teacher at school. I was on, did I give it back? I probably should go up there right now and give a donation. That's probably what I need to do. It was this teacher at school, and I used to go to, what school was this? It was Douglas. I guess I was in House B at Douglas. I was in House A. I forgot. But this would have been like 1990. Okay, let me see. Hold on. If I graduated 8th grade in 95, it would have been like 1993 or something. Girl, that's so long ago. I can't remember shit. 30 years ago. Okay, that's how long ago this shit was. 30 years. So, I thought nobody even seen me steal that money out of her purse. I took $20 out of her purse, and I would take the money. I used to go to with that 20, I went to the corner store and I got me some oatmeal cream pies. I got some vanilla ice cream. I got some of them toasted coconut donuts. I got me some tangy cheese chip. I was fed. I was still to eat. I was fed. We was poor, right? So I remember I stole from the lady purse, and I had got caught And I said, damn, how they catch me? Ain't nobody even seen me go in her purse. But they found me, child. I had to go to the principal's office every day. And call my mama. I got my ass toe clean up. So that was the first time. The second time I remember stealing was at the church. The third time, this when I said I better stop this. I think I came to my senses after this, after the third time. After the third time, I said, this is, the third time I got caught. I said, no, I can't do this. It was like more like organized crime. I could have got a RICO charge. Let me tell you what had happened. I had this job, right? I told y'all this before. I had this job. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Craft in North Riverside. Third? I know. Girl, I was a kid. You kids do dumb shit because they kids. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Craft. It was in North Riverside, right? It was like, when you go into North Riverside, you gotta go past the Best Buy, and then on the right-hand side, before you go to the mall, there's the, it was Frank's Nursery and Craft, right? And I used to, I was on the cash register. Let me tell you what I used to do. So let's say you come and you come to the register and you do your stuff, right? You be like, okay, I'm gonna cash out. Back then, the credit card, everything was separate. It wasn't the same. So what I used to do is if your bill was like $37.41, right? I would charge your credit card $41 and whatever the cent is, and then take the $10 out the grocery store. Out the cash register. Out the grocery store, Lord Jesus. Out the cash register, right? So I would probably make about between like $80 and $100 doing that a day. Girl, today, I guess somebody down to the accounting department started doing a reconciliation. I thought you just started scamming. You a whole professional. I know, child. Somebody down to the accounting department started saying, "Wait a minute now, store number 672 look a little funny on the on the P&L." A day, child. I didn't do it like every day. It would be like, I'd probably do it like, if I ain't work, I was a kid. I wasn't working every day. I was only working like specific days. So I would only do it like, let's say if I work 3 days a week, I would do it like 2 days a week. I wouldn't do it the whole time. Yeah. But yeah, I did that. It's one of my fine. I'm not proud of it. Never say I was proud of it. Oh God, we thank God for deliverance. Oh girl, please. I ain't the only person.
This, you know what? This is the thing. It don't come up no more. This is as far as it come up. I guess I didn't get the one with the extra long handle on it. It's fine. This one, I like the spin mop. You ain't got to touch it. I twisted the pole. This is as far as it go up. It only go to 48. What's 48? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 feet. This 4 feet tall. This about 4 feet. This about 2 feet. This 2 more feet. That's tall as it go to 48. That's it. It's not meant for me. It's meant for Maria. I love this mop. Girl, it don't the fuck go up. Extendable telescope. 22 to 36 inches or 36 to 48. Bitch, you got 2 choices. 22 to 36 or 36 to 48. That's it. It don't go no fucking higher than that. Okay? Now, do you want the flow clean or not? What the fuck do the size of the mop got to do? Girl, twist. I have twisted. Girl, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'll talk to y'all later.
Breon. She crazy as hell, but so are you. The helper came in with a bathrobe. A bathrobe and a suitcase. A roll-on suitcase. Bitch, if you're not showing down there with Darius Cooks with a bathrobe and a roll-on suitcase, what are you doing? Okay? Do not ask me why she came in there with that bathrobe on. She was fully dressed, but don't ask me. I don't know. And she had that suitcase. She fit right at home. Anytime you show up, and that's my first time ever meeting you, and you that comfortable, it's you at home. She ain't going nowhere. All right? Nowhere.
I'm spirited about this Darius thing. You can't be up in here playing games with my Darius. I will fight you. Okay, I'm not even a fighting person. I don't fight people. But I promise you, boy, what year is this? Back in the top of, what was it, 2014? It was the end of 2014 or the beginning of 2015 when Darius was given to me. And baby, we went through it over on Periscope. And that baby let everything be known. You know, he was opening up. And, you know, you learn his story. And you be like, you know what? Not on my watch, okay? Nobody else is going to come in here and nobody's going to come in here and mess with my Darius.
Police station. Why am I not in jail? Where's the record? Where's the Okay. Y'all believe anything, child. Okay. Then that's what happened. I saw women.
So much, you must wake up and just make up stuff. Cause I just do not understand why every time you talk, you tell a quick lie. You and your lies gotta go, because I'm tired of talking to Pinocchio. Then you had a nerve to look folks in the eyes, knowing that you telling them lies. You been telling them lies. I asked you about this. Did you lie about it? I asked you about that. Did you lie about it? Get them lies together, they all over the place. I bet if Jesus came back, you a lie to his face. Damn, P-O-G-O. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. I said, P-No-G-O. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. Now, boo! Let's go. Start telling all them lies, number one. Let's go. Cause I don't believe that you say at this point. Cause all you do is lie, lie, lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Mama! 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 Mama!
What's up, good people? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing either thank you source or power naps. Thank you source or power naps. I just realized my my notes are, oh Jesus, it's one of those nights. Y'all know I don't come on this late. When I come on this late, y'all know it was a struggle, but yet God is good. And I made, look at me, I ain't even got y'all live chat set up. I just realized that I've literally been pulling the show together since I woke up from a power nap. And it took literally, I kept debating, but I was like, I told them I was going live today. I can't just not show up. I can't just not show up. Then I was like, maybe if I take a little nap, because I was like, we got some stuff. We got so much stuff to talk about. It's not that we got nothing to talk about, but I wasn't feeling, you know, I'm an introvert, y'all. I know some of y'all don't believe me, but I'm an introvert. And some days I just don't feel like talking. And doing the show is a lot. It's all on me. It'd be different if we was hanging out, we was in the group. Then it'd be like, you know, when I don't feel like talking for a minute, y'all pick up the conversation. Then maybe I add a little bit here, there. But now I got to just yammer. Everybody who know me in my real life are surprised that I do what I do for a living because I'm not a talker. I am not a talker, except for when I'm talking. So did the power nap and then woke up and I was like, what we were going to do was just, I'm like, I got so many clips. I got some videos I've been meaning to show y'all and all of that. And I was like, it'll be cool if I just play some random stuff that I've been, you know, cleaning out the crates, showing y'all some stuff I ain't showed you before, and just sit back and chill and say something a little bit here, there, play a 10-minute clip, say something here, there. That was the plan. And while I'm pulling the show together, our amazing source was like, ring a ring ring. And I'm like, hello. I'm like, I'm getting ready to go live. I'm like, my last 30 minutes before I go live, I get a lot of anxiety, so I'm just rushing and everything. And I was like, oh, but this is the source. I got to answer. And I'm like, hello? And they like, I got it. I'm trying to send it to you. And I'm like, huh? I said, I'm working on the show now. Can you send it now? And they like, yeah, I'm working on sending it now. Then it was like, well, let me tell you this, da 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 da. So there's a little bit of the delay of the show, but it was so worth it. And then I was like, this wasn't nothing but God. Because had we gone live at our regular time, I wasn't gonna I don't pick up the phone while I'm on live. It's gotta be an emergency, like, mama calling multiple times. Even her first call, I'm gonna ignore if I'm on live because she know I go live and stuff. She call again, then I know it's probably important, then I'm gonna answer. But anyway, I was like, this wasn't number God, because I would have been live and I wouldn't have took the call. Probably wouldn't have noticed the call. God was like, take this power nap, my son, because I got something for you that we got to show the people tonight. And unfortunately, for those of you who don't know, well, first of all, let me say hey to everybody. I'm all charges to my head, not my heart, because I'm not fully here. I'm pushing through for y'all because I love y'all, and y'all be hanging in here and supporting me, and I appreciate them ups and downs and all that. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for everyone letting me know that you can hear me by saying power nap or thank you, source. Mocha Barbie, Jamise, Melly, Nicole, Shanice, Positive Vibes Only, Janae, I think, Eva, Exquisitely Fine, Renee S, B Hunt, Sock Snob Films, friends. Thank you so much, friend. Tasha 50, is it Tanznas? I don't know. I'm messing up your name, friend, and I'm sorry. And Karma's Near, and Toys B, Starlight, and Positive Vibe Only, and Jane Doe, and everyone else who's letting me know that you can hear me. I greatly appreciate it. Also, I did not have time because I was rushing. Didn't have time to send out notifications to the few places I can because the text community is gone. Oh, Lord Jesus, I felt it again tonight. Every once in a while when I'm trying to sing it, because it's autopilot now for me to say, oh, I'm going live. Let me let the people know via the text community. Then I'm like, it's gone. Ouch. Oh, Lord, no, I miss it. Oh, may she rip. So if you're not aware, because I did see some comments when I watched a bit of the replay from was it last night? Did we go live last night? I think we did. Yeah, we did, because I told you I was coming live tonight, and I was like, damn, I'm going to be lying to them if I don't go live. They're gonna stop watching. They can be like, he a lie. He don't be coming on. He act like Darius Cooks. Nah, Darius Cooks goes on incessantly. That I do envy about her. I don't envy nothing else about that stunt queen, except for the fact that she is so narcissistic and so loves to hear herself so much that she can go live 5+ times per day without fail. I can't do that. I'm not that kind of person. I don't like that much attention. That I wish I had in me. Because then I'll have 1 million followers. I'll have more. I had a real 1 million followers, unlike her. But anyway, the text community, I saw some people saying, I didn't get the notification last night. The text community is permanently down. If you didn't hear last night, the tier that I was a part of since the inception of almost when the company started, at $50 a month, went up to $75 after a couple years. I've been with them like 4 years or something. After that, $150 some I was paying per month. They ended my tier, which was the beginning tier, and told me I had no choice but to upgrade to the new lowest tier, which is $500 per month, depending on usage, because it could be more. But the way I use it and communicate with y'all would be somewhere around $500 a month. $500 a month. And they wanted to lock me into a 1-year contract. I couldn't do it, y'all. I love y'all, and I hate that I'm losing communication with so many of y'all like this, but I'm working on some new options. We do have, let me put it in the scroll across the bottom of the screen. We do have my Linktree link, which is scroll across the bottom of the screen, Linktree /IAmVellB. Please sign into that. I have an email list that I'm working on. Please sign up for that email list because I'm working on getting one of those set up, and then I'll be communicating through that. In addition, I'm going to work on hopefully getting a new text community. So that's how you'll stay connected. But also, all of my social media platforms are linked. And when you click on that link, it takes you to a screen, and it literally shows you every platform I'm on. And then you can join and stay connected, because right now we can't do it the way we used to. And I know some of y'all, I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on Twitter. It don't matter. Sign up for the email list, friend. We got to stay in touch. You got to keep in touch with your friends. Quit giving me a hard time. Don't make this complicated. Anyway, So yesterday we had an amazing show. We had an exclusive interview with Tanya Quarterman. Where the book go? Oh, Tanya Quarterman, who is also the author of, I can take this down, who is also the author of the Ex-Con Factor. She volunteered to work. Well, I ain't gonna say, it's almost like she volunteered because Darius Cooks didn't pay them their tips. But no, she took a gig to work the weekend at the kitchen comeback at Chantel's Justin Till in Sanford, Florida. She was a part of the wait staff. She is one of the people that Darius Cooks, well, he didn't pay any of the wait staffs the tips as agreed upon in the contract, etc. And so she came on to share her story. She still has not been, she nor any of the other wait staff have ever been paid their tips by Darius Cooks. But what she provided last night was insight into the behind the scenes, and it was very enlightening. And she's very charismatic, just amazing interview. And we greatly appreciate her for providing us with that insight. And put out a poll question. I'm so discombobulated. That's why I don't like going live when I don't feel the best. It's just the news we got today is just this exclusive is giving me a little bit of more energy. Poll question: did you watch our exclusive interview with Tanya Quarterman from yesterday? So in that interview, Tanya mentioned to us that I played the video, a short video of the conversation they had about the tips before Darius Cooks stormed out. I ain't got to deal with this. Like all that before she twirled and ran out and quit the last day of the kitchen comeback. Tanya was telling us that there was another video out there from a different POV of them filming Darius Cooks. The clip we watched last night was from Darius Cooks live. Only because there was so much footage out there. I knew about this, but couldn't easily find it or whatever. So she sent it to me today. And I was like, I got to show it to the people tonight. So thank you, Tanya, if you watch this tonight or later. So here is the scenario from, I don't know who was recording this, but I think it's like Chantel. I think it's Chantel's phone from their POV watching Darius Cooks. But then it's actually way more footage of after Darius Cooks storms out and how everyone else reacts. So we're going to watch this, and then we're going to get into, I need to move my show around too. So just give me a little time. Just a couple minutes. Where is it? Here it is.
Ticket totals $100.
It's not
right?
accurate.
And then, well, I'm going to tell you,
Yeah.
when we clock out of this one, it's $100 right here, right? And then when we clock out, if it says 120 over there, you know that $20 is your tip.
But what you put into that PO to the KDS is not accurate. We saw that yesterday when Solomon put in the gumbo for a cup and gumbo for a bowl when it should have been a chicken curry with a cup, right? So all the mistakes and the voids, and I gotta go back. That's why I need your sheet to go back over. Now you understand that's part of the work. I know, but come on, it's a lot, right?
Yeah, but no, what that got to do with what the tip is. It's still the end of the day what they paid for their ticket.
But what if it's not accurate?
So
what if for some reason you made a mistake on your ticket or you made a mistake on the actual charge? How would I know that if I don't itemize it and go one by one? If I use your logic and just go pay the difference.
Pay the difference because at the end of the day,
but what if it was entered?
So who pays for the if he?
I gotta be able to go through it and see. I don't know. I don't know if he made a mistake on his sheet. I don't know if he made a mistake entering. I won't know until I sit down.
But who pays for if he charged for a cup or a bowl? Who pays that difference?
I don't know. We gotta see. It depends, right? Because what if he put the charge through properly, but he just screwed up on putting the order in, right? I won't know.
But like you said, it's a 3-day event.
It is.
It's real cut and dry. $100 was the ticket. That's what the people paid for their food, and the difference is gonna be the gratuity.
But you're not hearing me on the inaccuracies. I understand you might be able to do that properly.
Right.
You understand not everybody and mistakes happen.
Right.
Right?
But
So somebody has to do the reconciliation process. The reconciliation process is a lengthy process to go one by one. I have to do it regardless. I just can't do it in 23 minutes, is what I'm saying.
I gotta go through it regardless. It's still gotta be done.
So you was gonna do that every night after 9:30?
Well, I don't know how we were gonna figure it out, but yes, that was the plan. The plan initially was every night we were gonna sit down, we were gonna work this out so that I knew how much I had to send Chantel from the schools. That was the original plan, yes.
Right. And then that didn't
And you
happen.
see what's been going on. So no, that
Right,
didn't
and I
happen.
see what the-
And
that's the only concern I
forgive
had.
me, I also didn't know I was gonna be on my feet for 14 hours Friday, 14 hours yesterday, an additional 14 hours today. I didn't know that was gonna happen. Right? So now you're saying what we initially planned was one thing, sure, right? Now that we got boots on the ground, you see what's going on. If LaQuincy wasn't here, if she wasn't in this position, we would have had a bigger issue to deal with.
No, we wouldn't.
Maybe.
No, we wouldn't.
All right.
Wait, hold on. We're not finished. We're not finished. We're not finished. Why do you walk out? Why do you walk out?
But that's what I'm saying. Like that type of stuff right there. That's what has me concerned about my money. It's not.
Right.
You have to be concerned about your money.
No.
That's the last thing.
Now LaQuinty chiming in. Now all they did, y'all, for those of you who aren't familiar with the story, let me see what poll I just put out here. Oh, did you see the interview yesterday? Only 60% of you did see it, 40% of you didn't. So for the 40% of you who didn't and may not understand what we're watching, this conversation, this whole meeting that they were having, impromptu meeting, was because of it was a 3-day event. Darius Cooks agreed before the event started in writing in a contract that he would square up and reconcile the tips and pay the tips out for the staff, well, given to Chantel, the tips for the staff every evening after the shift. He missed Friday night doing it. He missed Saturday night doing it. Sunday was their last day, and then it was over, and Darius Cooks was flying back wherever. This was in Florida. Darius at the time, or still, lives in Houston, but travels all over the country grifting. So ain't no telling where he was going next. They like, hey, this is the last day. This is the morning of the last day. You haven't paid us the past 2 nights. We just want an insurance. Like, we ain't going to start working until we get assurance that you're going to pay us because you haven't held to your end of the bargain. He then comes with this. Well, how am supposed to know how much? Because so-and-so rang up a bowl of this instead of a bowl of that. What? So now you can't reconcile none of our tips because y'all found an ordering mistake that got corrected in the moment or after the fact? What? So he can't pay them, and it's gonna take him 6. Any of y'all who work in the restaurant industry or even hell retail when you count down drawers and stuff, know that it don't take no 6 hours per person for a wait staff. He's saying for each of the 8 to 10 people that it was working there, it was going to take him about 6 hours to reconcile, to figure out their tips for each night. Girl. So they like, and Tanya's the one who's speaking up, who you hear in whose voice you hear. She's the one like, yeah, nah. For one, what he didn't know is that Tanya worked as a waitress, worked in the restaurant industry before, has a degree in and does accounting work. So she like, that don't make sense. So she's trying to reason with him without saying, girl, you're lying, you're scamming. Now you're scamming us. And then as he storms out, because he's trying to say, hey, if LaQuinty wasn't here, this whole ish would fall apart. Well, the stuff we saw as told to us by, well, for one, we knew, but was confirmed by Tanya yesterday, is that Darius Cooks created and orchestrated the chaos that we saw by controlling the kitchen, therefore controlling the front of the house, because he would stop the food prep when they ran out of biscuits. That meant nobody gets nothing until we get biscuits going again. We run out of he ran out of whatever, cornbread or mac and cheese. Nothing else can be ordered. Nothing else can be no other plates can go out until we get the mac and cheese going again. What? That caused the chaos. Tanya said last night that 6-hour wait that you flying monkeys spent out there waiting, spending your precious time on your feet because they didn't even want you sitting in the chairs. He kept telling them, sending them out there, telling them to tell y'all to get up from the tables. He wants y'all to just stand there. He don't care about y'all. I don't know when y'all gonna get it. Probably never. He had y'all sitting out there for 6 hours and they said 80+ degree weather unnecessarily because he wanted it to look like there was a crowd waiting outside and that it was so busy when it wasn't. Craziness. So anyway, he storms out because they want to know, they won't guarantee that that they're going to get paid what they were promised. What's wrong with that conversation? And then here comes LaQuinty. Everyone's going to get paid. I don't understand why we having this conversation. Everybody going to get paid. Now let her continue. LaQuinty, tell us, girl, because we ain't heard from you since he fired you, just threw you to the side after he sabotaged the Three Kings tour. How you feel about him today? You probably still don't get it too. You might be like Corey. But you guaranteed these people that they was going to get paid. From what Tanya said last night, she guesstimates that, it's not even $2,000 that he owes in tips. Could you pay them since you guaranteed them? Could you pay them, please? Because you said he paid everybody. He don't never. Let me play it first. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Listen, according to contract,
Everybody that works, hold on, wait a minute.
yes, you do.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Gratuity, I can pay out every night on the system. Listen, our contract say we settle up every night. On Friday night, Saturday, and he left both nights. But it is the contract. Everything on my contract is signed. Shelby, no, you're here because you got more followers than you ever had. And we all here.
So I don't know how well y'all can hear that, but that is Jeremy in the background talking about and I'm here because I'm gonna stand up for my brother. Your brother who threw you on. I mean, it is just the delusion. I get it. People are gaslit. I mean, some of us have fallen victim to it in relationships. Some of us have had parents who act, they do crazy stuff, narcissists and all that, sociopath. Some of us, many of us, have had it in some level where we've fallen prey to being love bombed by somebody who had us thinking that they valued us in the same way that we valued them. Thank you, Shanice, for that. That they valued us in the same way that we valued them. So this is all this hubbubbing and bucking up that Jeremy is doing right now against Chantel. He is defending Darius Cooks, who in less than a month after that, drug him from one end of the internet to the other, blamed him for the failure of the Three Kings tour, insulted his mental health issues, insulted his husband, said he was not man enough, he weak, he shouldn't even have a business. And he's sitting here defending him a couple weeks before that. Darius Cooks has no loyalty to anyone but himself.
Wait a minute. That's not even what we're talking about.
Oh, and then I missed the part. I was talking so much. Then Chantel, her comeback for Jeremy was like, look here. Everybody was benefiting from this because you got more followers now than you ever had before. And he like, hold up. I ain't come here for this. I ain't come here for no followers. I ain't need to come here for no followers. Girl, yes, you did. Yeah, you did. It was a byproduct of, you knew that. You knew that. Why else are you there? Why else are you there? You there to build your brand because this was all a part of the Three Kings. When were you traveling with Darius Cooks prior to the Three Kings tour? You weren't. He said you ain't ever been to his house. But now you're so supportive. You just supporting him. No, you're building your brand. Quit playing with us.
Here for that collaboration.
But wait a minute.
Listen, this is a good thing. I love the algorithm.
Don't do this.
This is
Don't
not
get
bad.
in there.
This is what
I'm saying.
Hold on, I don't need you to talk to me. You've been throwing jabs since the beginning. Chantel,
Now, LaQuinty trying to calm Jeremy down because Jeremy then went from 0 to 300. He doing a sassy Crooks move. He going off on her. See, that's the problem with you, Chantel. We talking about these wait staff not getting paid and the fact that Darius Cooks has gone 2 days without paying these people who even, and I said this even when I was doing commentary before we had our interview. LaTanya said some of those people didn't go to their regular jobs. They took off days from their regular jobs from the weekend to work this event because they were expecting to get kind of an influx of money. Then they get cheated. And he's sitting there, and LaQuinty's sitting there defending this alleged multimillionaire who ain't paying these people. I don't get that. How you defending him? He spent 14 hours on his feet. First of all, we know that's not true because we saw him on camera. Second of all, why you ain't spend some of that 14 hours reconciling the tip on Saturday? He could have spent some of that time reconciling the tips from the night before, since it's going to take 6 to 8 hours. He was so concerned with being on his live stream, putting on a show for the D-Hags, that he wasn't taking care of business. And then that whole side wants to defend him for not paying people their what was agreed upon. It's that, I don't know, that's insane to me.
Don't know me. You can Google my name from years ago. Don't sit here and say I got followers from this baby. I've been working hard for 17 years.
Jeremy used to do a lot of that too. You can Google me. He got a little bit of that Crooks in him too. He's sassy, you know, he goes off. He good at bullying, but he can dish it, but he can't take it, as we saw. He got a lot of that. And then he one of those, remember the Q&A when LaQuinty was asking the dry ass questions, asking the questions. She said, tell us a little bit about yourself. Well, this is just Jeremy. Well, I mean, I ain't really got to say much about who I am. I mean, you could Google me. I mean, I ain't one that just sit there and brag about who I am. I mean, I'm the cake king. Girl, you're doing a lot there. You're doing a whole lot right there. You telling us all we need to know about your personality with that statement. Everybody don't know you, girl. We didn't know, many of us. I'm put that as a poll question. You look, y'all got me acting up. We ain't even got through our first topic yet. I got a few of them tonight. Oh, y'all. That power nap. Did you know who Jeremy was before the, what was it, 3? Let me stop. I was going to say, I was about to put 3 queens. Let me stop. Before the 3 kings. Did you even know who he was? I had no idea. I had never heard of him. And still wasn't too sure who he was until, you know, as things started going along, I started paying more attention. But I still didn't know for the longest. Darius said, right, that they were not not friends. But he talking about his brother. There's a problem with you, Chantel. And see, I'm here for my brother. The one who drags you weeks later. Oh, do y'all feel like fools? Do y'all? Because it's different even for me who knew him in real life. Like they know him. Well, they know of him in real life. Like I knew him. They just people on the peripheral. None of them are real friends. They ain't been around him. None of it. Well, Jeremy was an associate of his for a few years. LaQuinty only knew Darius for a couple months as a worker. I knew him in real life, and they going hard for him. No, like he ain't have all this stuff. And when I found out about this stuff, I was completely done with him. I ain't never defended Darius Cooks and his antics and his scamming and stealing. Never have I defended him, ever. When I found out and heard about that stuff, I was like, oh no, she's a scammer. That ain't right. She's evil. No, I wasn't saying that back then. I wasn't, because I didn't know, and it hadn't grown to this level. But for them to know what we know today and to still defend Darius Cooks like this is insane to me. And makes it hard for me to feel sorry for them, to be honest.
No, I didn't misunderstand what you said. Please do.
Okay.
Please say it again. Because I don't need no followers. I got one. I don't need you. No, ain't no calm down when you try to degrade who I am. You're degrading who I am.
Misunderstood.
No, I didn't misunderstand what you just said.
Let me say it again. Let me say it again. We're here and we know this gets followers.
That's not why I'm here.
But listen to me. Listen to my statement. Because we're all on live right now, and of course, it's a lot more drama, and it shouldn't be. and we're talking to the phones and not to each other. You and I haven't had a conversation about it. Right. So when you say I'm throwing jabs, I don't.
But you're throwing jabs by telling me that I'm doing this for followers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You misunderstand. That's why I corrected it. That's why I said that we're all getting followers.
Well, let's go back to this.
All right, so that's why I want.
I already had
That's why I
money
said
before I
you're
got
misunderstanding.
Okay, let's just get
Yeah,
that.
this is definitely.
I ain't need no followers, baby. I already had money before I got here. Who talking about all that? Why are you so sensitive? Because the truth is, y'all all were on live. If you weren't there for followers and to create content, why were you on live for hours, Jeremy? Why do we have hours of footage of you stirring the pot and all your sassy remarks? Why we got hours of that if you weren't there to create content, which therefore gives money, also results in additional followers. Also, this tells you the perspective that Chantel was coming from and why she dealt with so much of the drama. Because at the end of the day, she looked at it like, I gained $24,000 to help pay off some of my debt. Also, this, even though it's drama, I'm getting followers. So for her, she part of the shenanigans in the soap opera too. That's why she wouldn't come hard on Darius. That's why she wouldn't debunk his lies, because she was hoping that through association, she would continue to gain followers from him. She was on the come up by latching on to Darius Cooks by any means necessary. And she's telling you that we're all here because of followers, and we all got our phones out constantly. We talking to the phones instead of each other. Y'all sure were. Hence all the chaos. But you were okay with that because you care more about the followers, and I guess you, Chantel, I think she monetized by this point too on Facebook. Interesting.
All I'm saying is that anybody that has worked.
This foolishness here. LaQuincy, do you still feel, are you still this delusional at this point? LaQuincy? Because when I heard this, I was like, girl, if you don't sit down somewhere and educate yourself. Use Google. You think this means that LaQuincy was fully indoctrinated by Darius Cooks. This means she did not do her own vetting. She went off of what he said and then ignored everything as he tells people. They just lying. Oh, Randy Travis on Fox Atlanta News. He a hack. He was using me for clickbait. Roland Martin he just a social media blogger. He was using me for clickbait, like all that. She was buying into it. It is clear. Listen to this statement.
This is definitely.
All I'm saying is that anybody that has worked, that has tips coming, will be paid, period. Nobody is not going to not get paid. Everybody that has tips, once the reconciliation has been done, will be paid. There's no drama that's going to prevent you from being paid.
There is no drama that's going to prevent you from being paid. Girl, they still ain't being paid. Was this the exception to the rule?
Darius Williams has never not paid a soul that he has worked with. So
Darius Cooks has never not paid a soul. Girl, what the hell half of the stuff we talk about is? Oh my God, it's the gaslighting. Who that? Shanice rather says that didn't age well. Not at all. Not at all.
Has never not paid a has been.
This tells you how
will be paid.
And she said it with her whole chest.
I already had money before I got
misunderstanding.
Okay, let's just get
This is definitely misunderstanding.
All I'm saying is that anybody that has worked, that has tips coming, will be paid, period. Nobody is not going to not get paid. Everybody that has tips, once the reconciliation has been done, will be paid. There's no drama that's going to prevent you from being paid. Darius Williams has never not paid a soul that he has worked with. So
the story we're about to get into next is because he didn't pay. And still to this day, 5 years later, still ain't paid Kiera Ross. But I guarantee you, LaQuincy didn't know about that story because she was so busy being up in Darius Cooks' ass that she wasn't paying attention to the real life stories with receipts that we were given. He told her that we all us in the exposing groups and stuff, all we do is lie. We jealous because he rich.
That's the last concern of somebody not receiving money from the work that they've done for the event. I believe that's where the initial misconception came in at.
Let me tell you.
It wasn't no misconception, LaQuinty. It was called discernment. They had discernment to say, hey, we got to call a meeting with this potential scammer because things are looking a little shaky. We 2 days into not getting paid when he said, getting our tips, when he said we were going to get them every night. That's what I was saying, stuff like, how does he know? Well, he doesn't care. But what about those who were really on a tight budget and maybe just had enough gas to get to the event, knowing that they were going to be working for tips throughout the day and getting paid at the end of the night, and needed the money to put gas in their car to get home or feed their baby, get baby formula and Pampers and stuff for the night, for the babysitter, for the next day. It's so inconsiderate, and you're supposed to be a multimillionaire. I think it's disgusting. It's disgusting to me. And it's additionally disgusting that someone would defend him not paying them. At the very least, and I used to, had a gig that I was working at one point, doing some consulting work. And what that owner did for that business, for their sales staff, when he didn't have time to really reconcile the sales and all of that stuff and see what the commission was per person to the penny, he would pay them a flat amount that he knew, most likely wasn't going to be above what was actually due to them. He gave them something so that they could live off of until he could reconcile. At least that's something. That's being thoughtful that people do have lives outside of doing stuff for you. But both Jeremy and LaQuinty going hard for this thief. And I want to know today, what do y'all think, y'all? Not y'all, not the people. LaQuinty and Jeremy. Well, Jeremy done with it. LaQuinty, she done with it too. How do y'all feel today? Has it changed? Are y'all still making excuses for him? Are y'all saying, well, he did ask for them to send their paperwork and they ain't send they slips in? Well, for those who couldn't send all the slips in, Darius Cooks told them on the training day that it was only for their records, for them to be able to figure out how much was due to them. He never once told them, you must keep these in order to get paid, your tips. And how about this? New thought. If that were the case, if I were the manager, if one of you out there, one of our people, were the manager or the owner of this event, wouldn't you say, well, because I need these slips in order to reconcile your payments, y'all don't take them home, give them to me at the end of the night? What the F are they taking them home or willy-nilly with them for? And you don't even mention that you need them until they mention that they ain't got paid in 2 days. You didn't say the Friday night, hey, y'all, this is a little different than I thought. Could y'all give me y'all slips? Saturday night or Saturday, hey, y'all, I'm noticing this is going to take longer because we got stuff happening I wasn't expecting. Could you give me your slips from Friday night and make sure you keep your ones for tonight and give them to me before you leave? Why the hell are you asking them to email them to you after you done stormed out and quit a day early? Gaslighting. Why am I spending so much time on this? Because we know this is gaslighting and shit.
Because I was just like speaking you over there. I said to you, because we're supposed to take care Friday night and
I
Saturday.
understand that it was supposed to happen at the end of the night.
And then, of course, we had to talk as they do not want to have kids. Of course, we hope everybody would pay all cash.
Yeah.
That we're going to have to deal with that at all. Certainly is a lot more. And for us to deal with every night did have its toll. That's why I wanted to clear that this morning. Of course, if you give them, all they want is some assurance that they will do everything. And they want to get that assurance.
Told Darius that they said they wasn't working if they didn't get paid.
They want some
And
assurance.
that's
I know. I
literally
told him
got
they
this
want
all
some.
going.
LaQuinty is blaming Chantel. LaQuinty gaslighting too. Because how would LaQuinty feel if she was on that? Now, LaQuinty is getting some kind of salary from Darius Cooks. She got her money. She wasn't expecting no tips. Her financial situation is secure, at least in her mind. I don't know if she got paid at the end of the day. But these people aren't getting what they were due. They are now past due on their payments. And you like, see, the problem was you, Chantel, you told Darius Cooks that if they said if they didn't get paid, then they wasn't gonna work today. Well, what the fuck is wrong with that? For somebody to say, I'm not an indentured slave. I do not work for free. You are now overdue on paying me. You will not get any more of my time until you either pay me or guarantee it. For me, it would have been you need to sit your tail down off that live and start reconciling these receipts. First of all, it wasn't even necessary for the way he was talking about doing it. That's the real tea. The real tea is he was making it sound more complicated than it was because he didn't want to pay him for whatever reason. Craziness. And LaQuinty pointing the finger at Chantel because Chantel stood up for the staff that she brought into the event. Those are people that Chantel hired for this event, that some of them she knew personally. I think she knew all of them personally on some level. She brought her people into the event. It makes her look bad. That's just like when we refer somebody to something, a contractor or something, and then we like, oh, Lord, they done screwed them. They done scammed them. Now you feel bad. You ain't had nothing to do with it, but you recommended. You introduced them. She's caught in the middle. And LaQuinty, see, you told him that they were going to not work if they didn't get paid. Girl, you sound crazy about saying that was an issue. Jane Doe says LaQuinty is private now. Her social media is private. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure she knows she looks a fool.
Told him that.
But let me tell you what I said. They want some assurance as to what they want to get paid. And they want that to be reconciled. But if not, he has to come in and just let them know where we are. And so if he comes, right, and so that's what it comes down to.
And that's what he did. Yeah, he told them basically you got to wait longer. I'll get around to it when I get around to it. And it's going to take me 6+ hours per person. So you'll get it when you get it. He didn't guarantee. He just told them his made up narrative of what the kind of work it would take to get for him to reconcile it, which for anybody with common sense didn't make sense. He never said, well, I got to do this and this and that, but I'll have this for y'all later tonight or by Monday at the latest or Tuesday. He never said that. He never gave them a date or time when he would actually give them their money. They never got that answer. They got her narrative spinning and her web of deceit. That is all they got. Never once did we get a date or time that they would be able to see their money. So he did not answer them.
He let them know where they are. We all human machines. And then they'll say, okay, I'll wait. And that's what it takes, a conversation, because I said to them, you'll get your manuscripts every night. And they haven't got them. And I know who controls them. So I just needed you to come in here and assure them that they will get paid. That's it.
Everybody's going to get their money. But if we had 11:30 following, the servers aren't even here. They only on our frame. Let me just say, we cannot open the door in 15 minutes. People are eating. The silverware ain't done.
All right, y'all, so just to be clear, Darius has canceled the event altogether for today. He has already told everybody that it's been canceled.
So they doing all that. LaQuinty defended him, and then she don't even know. She ain't even in the loop to know. Darius Cooks is out there canceling. And when Jeremy said that, he's saying that based on Darius Cooks being on his live, or when he's talking out, I quit. The event is over. The event is over. And then he get in the car, huffing and puffing and bloviating and all of that. That's the only way they knew. He didn't even respect his own other business partners, Corey, and I don't even know if Corey was there, but Jeremy and LaQuinty, to say, y'all come on with me. Anyway, so just wanted to play that clip. Thank you so much, Latanya, for sending that to me. Because that I wish I had that one last night, because that was very extensive and showed us a lot. So anyway, moving forward in our show, because good Lord, I spent too much time on that. Have you heard of? Oh, let me close this poll question out. Oh, it was a couple comments real quick. First of all, I'm gonna close the poll. Did you know who Jeremy? Did you know who Jeremy was before the Three Kings? 92% of y'all didn't even know. See, while she over there talking about something, I need this. I got millions of people. Well, he ain't say that part. I got money. Oh, I was gonna do the questions. I had started a couple. LaQuinty is going hard for the whole scammer that she should have better research, side-eye to her discernment and lack thereof. Yeah, because even during the Q&A, she like, yeah, and they trying to get in the way of everything. But see, when God ordains this, blah, 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 and look at it. God wasn't a part of that, girl. The devil was. Satan. Where's LaQuinty now? I don't know if this was a sarcastic question or a legitimate question. The answer is, I don't know. She in hiding out of embarrassment. I forgot who I just read who said that LaQuinty has put her social media on private. I don't know if I had snuck in there first yet or not. I haven't been over there in so long, but you know I got burners. I'm a blogger. I gotta have burners. So I don't know. But yeah, we don't know nothing about LaQuinty. We ain't know nothing about her before, just like Jeremy, and probably ain't gonna know nothing about her after. Especially if her discernment is like this. Was there a contract signed? I think Dana Hare, I think you may be, yeah, you asked it twice. You got to catch up, friend, because we covered this quite extensively a multitude of times. Even yesterday, we have a in-depth interview with LaTanya, who was a part of the wait staff. But to answer your question, absolutely, there was a contract. That's part of the issue. There was a contract in which Darius Cooks had promised to settle the tips and give them to Chantel every evening for her to give to the staff. So yes, that's part of why the discussion was being had. And there's so much more to it, but yes. Marlena B says, Jeremy is a local celebrity. Again, local celebrity. So if we ain't in Mississippi, I forgot what town he likes to brag he's from. Some small town with just one stoplight, wherever he from. If you ain't from there, y'all know. And that, when you say local, he's from a small town. So really, that's about as popular as I'm more popular. He say his small town only got one stoplight. Anybody can be well, Winona, right? From Winona, Mississippi, where we only got one stoplight. I'm a local celebrity there. Okay. Have at it. Have you heard? I should say, have you seen? I'm gonna just put D Crooks. D Crooks drama. Ignore the typos, y'all. I'm just trying to get through this. Drama. Not ignore that. Drama calendar. Have you seen? It's a comedy versus a period. Don't worry about it. I know how to type. Have you seen Darius Cooks' 2024 drama calendar? We started covering it last year. Somebody now it's the Shade Room and some of the blogs they do them as well. So someone got the idea. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it started in 2023. I'm about to double check, but they started doing a monthly drama calendar for Darius Cooks because we don't make it up over here. We have no need to make up anything. He is such a stunt queen that every single month there's some level. Usually it's multiple things. Like this month, well, for May, yeah, because it's still May. For this month, we had options. I saw people already voting in the exposing group saying, hey, what should it be this month? What they thought it was going to be ain't even going to be it, because what we found out came after, which was the Mugshots. So every month, there is a drama calendar done on Darius Cooks. I'm going to try. It's always, to me, hard to do. Okay, maybe this one won't be so hard. Sometimes because they don't have like a description, they just got images, and sometimes I can't tell what's happening. And y'all already know I was rushing for the show. So, okay, so for January, so far what we have leading up into this month. January, it was the kitchen comeback fiasco, which we just kind of went over. Well, yesterday we did the exclusive interview. Today we just did a little clip on it. That fiasco, that was the January drama. Then in February, it was that horrendous Hennessy-laden Three Kings tour menu that he got drugged all the way across social media for, with Hennessy replying, because he was trying to finagle Hennessy. He was trying to use Jeremy and Corey, because their brands aren't complete trash. He was trying to use them to hide behind so that he could get a brand deal with Hennessy, because he's unable to get brand deals on his own because his reputation is so trash. His brand is garbage. He has said it himself. And so he tried to use them for that. And so he was like, what we're going to do is we're going to have a menu with a bunch of Hennessy on it. And then we're going to reach out to Hennessy and they're going to partner with us. And I'm going to hide behind y'all. Well, Hennessy replied to his tweet saying, to the information that Darius Cooks was trying to partner with them, saying, we'd like to see what melted Brussels sprouts are too, what they look like too. Over 2 million views at some point, probably more than that. 2 million views of that tweet at that time. He got drugged by Hennessy, the company. Then in March, we saw the Three Queens fiasco fall apart miserably. We saw the Q&A, I think was in February. That was a hot mess. We had fun with that. We did a reaction to it. Then in March, we just saw it all crumble. We saw the cracks in the foundation from the Q&A. We already knew it, but we got to see it play out. And then we got to see him dragging Jeremy and flipping the narrative to now it's Jeremy's fault and all of that. Then in April, we had the Bali thing. We had him, this whole, what's the name of the restaurant? Hip Hop Soul in Bali, and all of the drama surrounding him using Tommy, those crazy lives, him insulting Tommy, his cultural insensitivity, him giving Tommy the green light that told Tommy that he will earn the ability to use the N-word. That was April. And so much other stuff. Then May, this month, I can't remember earlier on, like what's top of mind is the release of Darius Cooks' mugshots from the assaulting incident that he had, or criminal activity that he had in on January 25th of 2019, where he assaulted Kiara Ross, who was an I use the word employee loosely, but was an ex-employee of Soul Crab Atlanta who never got paid, which caused her to demand for her payment, for her paycheck, which caused Darius Cooks to get very upset because she was blasting him in front of his customers. And so he assaulted her physically. Police were called, and we get to this. We're not done. We're moving on to poll question. We're closing out. Have you seen Darius Cooks' drama calendar? 21% of you, yes. 79% of you, no. This is why we do what we do. This is why y'all come over here. I keep y'all informed. Yes, it exists. We'll revisit 2023 then in a future show, since I know some nice majority of y'all don't even know. I'm wondering that because we did to 2023. Where the hell y'all been? Do y'all be watching the show? I know I got to clip down these lives. I know y'all. It's on me. It ain't on y'all. Be having these long ass lives and then I'll be clipping them down for y'all. Ignore the question because it was too long and I'm just trying to get through it. Ignore the typing. But what I'm saying is, did you know that Darius Cooks has a mug shot from his arrest in 2020 from assaulting a female employee? Did you know prior to this live stream that Darius Cooks has a mug shot from his arrest on January 25th of 2019 for physically assaulting a former employee? Well, an unpaid indentured slave is really what was happening. So This just right, Darnell Hibbler. Keep exposing here. I'm on it, friend. I ain't giving up. I'm on it. This is a calling. This is a ministry. So a couple weeks ago, we all know that Diddy's forever we've been hearing about Diddy and the stuff that's been happening behind the scenes. But a couple weeks ago, the actual proof of some of his physical abuse, and specifically towards Cassie, came out. And we all know about the viral video of him assaulting Diddy assaulting Cassie in the hotel hallway and dragging her and all. We saw that horrible footage. Darius Cooks, who is also a assaulter of women, chimed in because he loves a revisionist history. He loves to rewrite the narrative. He loves to act as though when something happens to someone of something that he also is guilty of, he loves to be like, look at him, look, y'all. It's like, look over there. Because if I got y'all looking over there, then you're not going to be looking at me. It's one of those things. So Darius Cooks went under the post on the Shade Room where it was titled, "Woman Accuses Diddy of Drugging and R'ing Her in a New Sexual Law." Oh, this was a different one. In a sexual lawsuit. Darius Cooks comments on it there. "The Bible is true. What doesn't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse. It is true." But that's why you got an exposing group. That's why, just like Diddy has had for decades, people outing him and then the masses ignoring and, others just not flat out not believing them. It took a moment until it all came to a head when it all came out in the rinse. You got the same situation happening. Why are you under this? Why are you under this comment when you are a different kind of devil? Person then responds, "Darius Cooks, don't you be scamming? Please be for real." I love it. Anytime he comments under any of the blogs, they get him together. Every single time. They all know who he is as far as the scammer, and they all call him out about it all of the time. Then other people commented laughing. Well, I only got a quick little screenshot. I ain't go through all the comments. But this last one down here says, "You should be the last person speaking." Now, mind you, Darius Cooks is doing all of this prior to this coming out. This sort of behavior prompted our source, put it in the chat. Thank you, source, for the new drop. Say thank you, source, for the new drop or new drop in the chat. Because we got something, an exclusive. Is this thing on? An exclusive we have tonight. So the source was like, I'm so sick of her. I've been holding on to this for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and drop this. Because you're sitting here jumping on the Diddy train when just a couple weeks prior to this, he was sitting there defending Diddy. See, that's the problem. Baby, y'all just be jumping on the bandwagon with people. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? Because, see, I know what it feels like to have people just coming against and making stuff up. I know he settled with her, but where's the proof that anything happened? Not the first time he's defended. He always defends the predators. Always. He always victim blames. It's always got to be on the victim to be the person who has to, it gets drugged for speaking out. Guilty until proven innocent is how he treats victims. Because he has so many of them. Survivors. He has so many of them. Poll question, we're closing out. Did you know that Darius Cooks has a mugshot from his arrest in 2019 from assaulting a female employee? 68% of you said yes. 32% of you said no. Welcome 38% to the truth and the light. Welcome. We ain't done. To the rest of y'all, to everybody, we got more. So I saw this the other day. And I'm like, here they go. Here they go. This was in the Darius Cooks Scam Me Exposed group. This group, because I get messages like, what happened to the other group? And where are the groups? This group, to my knowledge, is still open to the public, I think. To my knowledge, it was last I knew it was open to the public. So this is 2 exposed groups out there. For those of you who don't know, take this down for a minute. For those of you who don't know, there are 2 exposed groups. There's the Darius Cooks Scam Me exposed group, which is a newer group, which is a public group. And it's got like, I don't know, 10, 11,000 people in it. That's open to everybody. So that means people get to post, you got the story, or you just want to be a voyeur and see what's happening. Everybody in there, including the flying monkeys. And then you have the Darius Cooks, Exposing Darius Cooks group, or Exposing Darius Cooks Williams group, or something like that. That one has been around for a couple years now. That one is a private group. It's heavily moderated because they want to keep to the facts. They don't want no flying monkey behavior in the chats, in the groups. So they clean house quite a bit. Thank y'all for keeping me around. I'm over here doing great work. Please don't block me. They doing great work. CJ is one of the moderators. I ain't see CJ tonight, but she watch it later. Great work, friend, CJ. And I forget who. It's somebody else who's I think it's 2 of them. But great work. Y'all holding it down over there. So with the with the Darius Cooks Scam Me group, there is a freedom and flexibility of the flying monkey. They talking about master. And so they come in the group and they like, all y'all do is talk about him. Y'all ain't got no lives. But they over in the group. Why you over here? You ain't got no life because you going to see who don't like your master. What? Make it make sense. And then commenting. Why you still talking about my master? So one of the flying monkeys, and I'm taking 2 thoughts with this. This is potentially just a flying monkey, but it's also very much so potentially Darius Cooks and one of his burners. I'm gonna let y'all tell me in the chat if it's a burner or if it's get ready. I see We Can All Do Better. He's a YouTuber. Follow his channel. He's covered Darius Cooks a few times, and if you're into the Chef Carmen stuff, he covers quite a bit of that. Yes, get ready, Darnell. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. So, because the flying monkeys are able to run amok, and that's fine. I get it. Like, it's like Trumpers. You kind of you want to know what the ops are doing. So I'm okay. Like I have to adjust mentally because you gotta reduce your brain cells when you're reading through the chat over there because all the flying monkeys over there. This flying monkey, and I was like, either this is just a delusional flying monkey trying to twist the narrative now that we put out the actual mugshots of Darius Cooks from his assault of Kiara Ross on January 25th of 2019, when for years Darius Cooks lied and said that he was not arrested that day, that the image that we see that Kiara put out was him walking to the police station because the officer was just walking him over there to calm down from everything that happened. Lies. He was being walked to his jail cell to be processed and arrested. And I don't know if because Darius Cooks is bigger than the guy or not, if the guy was like, well, let me trick him to get him over here first so I don't have to wrestle this big walrus down. I don't know if that was the case or not, but what I know for a fact is that what we posted, due to our reliable source, thank you again, source, this is real. Darius Cooks was processed for battery. But this flying monkey over there in the group sitting there trying to confuse y'all because they want this kind of stuff to take wind, to take flight like they do. They say, to the person that created this fake AI photo and put it on the internet, how does it feel to know you have been exposed? I have searched Clayton County and Fulton County. The math ain't mathing. Where's your receipts? And if you are an AI bot, please stay off my post. And then this was a screenshot of the mugshot that has been circulating the internet. The Darius Cooks has yet to have responded to, has not even mentioned it. Can you imagine somebody so full of drama who mentions everybody else's everything, who loves to get engagement? Why is she ignoring this? Why is she ignoring a fake AI mugshot? She talks about everything else that people mention. The caption, they say, AKA Darius Cooks, AKA Darius T. Williams, has a mugshot because he put his hands on, they screenshotting this, hands on a woman, but lied about being arrested. But we found the mugshot. You're welcome. So that's the original. Well, Flan Munkett, Tammy Singleton, Sosa, AKA maybe Darius Cooks bot. Put in the chat. Is it a bot? Well, I should say put in the chat. Do you think it's a real person? No, put Flying Monkey or Crooks. If you think it's a real Flying Monkey who made this comment, put Flying Monkey. If you think Tammy Singleton Sosa is a real Flying Monkey, put that. And if you think it's Darius Crooks using a bot account, a burner, put Crooks. Long story short, this thing on. Where's my train? I need a bumper, an exclusive bumper. Breaking news. Thank you, source. This literally came in as I was prepping for the show. This wasn't a part of tonight's show. So to the I'm gonna just go with the name that's here. Tammy Singleton Sosa Flying Monkey, aka Flying Monkey. Here you go, friend. Here's the original. I know you just saw, clips, pieces of it. This is the actual police report. So the photos that you've seen going out there, the source sent me the entire police report. That's the entire police report. You see it from College Park Police Department, which is a city police department, not a county. It's not the sheriff's office. That's why you didn't see it. If you even looked it up, to the truth be told. If you looked it up, obviously you need to do better with your research skills. You're a little slow. Well, we know that because you follow Darius Cooks blindly. So that automatically means you're a little slow. Like all the pieces ain't connected in your head, obviously. Here is the mugshot, front facing, side facing, College Park Police. But I ain't done. I'm just getting started. Y'all know I do a slow burn. Y'all know that. Don't play with me. Do not play in our face, flying monkeys. Put your flying monkeys in the chat. Put your flying monkeys in the chat. Those of you who are channel members, put your flying monkeys in the chat. Darius Williams. And then they have the date here, which is January 1st, 2019. Oh, there I got the smaller one just so I can give commentary without blocking my face as I give it to you. There go the police report. The one that's AI. I guess we did this too, right? I guess we created this police report. Here you go, Darnell. I remember how he tried to drag you. Here you go, Darnell. I hope you got the clip. I'm still trying to find the clips of when he calls himself drag you in that live. I got to look for it. Oh, wait. Sorry. Okay. Y'all know I don't usually pay attention to my phone. I just noticed it. Hold on. The source says, oh, Lord, my pitch ain't close enough. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna have to hold on, I gotta airdrop this to my to my computer because I don't have this one in there. I don't have it in large like this. So here we go. Here you go. So the source is also pointing out that when you zoom into the picture, when you really understand, again, Kiara wasn't able to take. They wouldn't allow her to do video, so we only have this screenshot, and it's very hard to tell you when you weren't there what's really happening. But we do see him being walked. He's walking side by side with the officer. Hold on. I'm trying to pull the image and keep talking to you. Oh, no, it's going to come in this way. Hold on. And my computer's slowing down, but we're going to make it happen. These external drives are working hard today. Hold on. We getting it up. Downloads. Come on. Where you at? Hold on. Give me a minute. Where is it at? Come on, quit playing. Let me do it this way. Patience grasshoppers is going to be worth the wait. And they too little for me, see. Let me see. Oh, Lord. Okay, I might have to do this a different way. I'm not seeing it. I got so many files. This is what I've been working on, is clearing up stuff so that I can find it easier. Or does it come over here? Let me just double check. Okay, I'm gonna have to just show y'all from the screen. Good Lord. Let me try it one more time. Okay, I'm gonna do this during a commercial because let me play a quick commercial because I got to get creative with this, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
It doesn't matter what you want. I will succeed, whether you like it or not. I am unstoppable. When will you learn that? When will you learn that? When will you learn I am unstoppable? When will you learn that? When will you learn I am unstoppable? When will you learn that? When will you learn I am unstoppable? When will you learn I am unstoppable? When will you learn? All right, let's show her how unstoppable we are. We are unstoppable. So the source just sent me this image showing more clearly what was happening and explaining, because they have proof of all of this, because we ain't done. They have proof that Darius Cooks was, in fact, while walking with the police officer, already handcuffed. How you walk when your hands are free. The example is showing your arms are moving without restrictions, hands free. How you walk when handcuffed and are in front of your arms and you can't move freely. So if you notice, Darius Cooks' arms are kind of inward. I never really paid attention to this. His arms are not on the side of him. They are inward as they are when you're handcuffed. Also, in addition to it, we know he's handcuffed because we got other proof that I ain't going to talk about tonight, but I had already told y'all we had more. We ain't done. It's a slow roll. Right. Y'all saying, if you believe, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a little poll. Y'all know I like to take the pulse of the people. Does Crooks look handcuffed? Does he look handcuffed based on what I just showed you? And I know it ain't the best, but again, Kiara wasn't able to get the video. I'm sure the video will make it clear. Okay, let's get to this police report that the flying monkey Sosa said that don't exist. So the agency was College Park Police Department. It's an incident report. It's a public copy. I don't know if this is the police report number. I literally just got this before the show, so I haven't even read it yet. It's got a number, and so this may be the police report number, I'm assuming. GA0. Here you go, Sosa. Want to write this down and help you with your research because you obviously need help. GA0600100. Take a screenshot. They have the location of the restaurant, 3700 block of Main Street in College Park. It was a restaurant. Oh, did we make up the restaurant too? The date was January 25th of 2019. They had called it simple battery. They're calling it simple battery because when Kiara was asked if she was hurt, she said, "Nah, I wasn't hurt," but he did assault her. He picked her up. It was caught on camera.
This fool, Darius Cooks, actually got himself in when you really look at it, he the one that got himself in trouble because when the police, when Kiara said, he put his hands on me, they was like, well, okay. So they were listening and they like, well, did you? He, I don't know. I don't know what happened. That means you blacked out. The black walrus blacked out. Burnt walrus blacked out. So he's like, but I got video surveillance. We can go look at it. Well, they look at it and he like, come with me. Now, Darius Cooks' version is the police officer had a body cam on and he was on Darius Cooks' side, but he pointed at his camera to the side to tell Darius, like, I'm kind of going through the motions with you because I got to, because it's being on camera, you know, for legal purposes. So Darius Cooks claimed they just walked him to the police station to calm down. That don't even make sense. I ain't never been in those situations like, but how many times have you seen a police officer say, come on, get in my squad car, I'm gonna drive you to the police station, or come walk with me to the police station so you can calm down? When that happen, huh? Or do they go sit your ass down somewhere? They're gonna have you calm down. They're gonna have you calm down on site because they ain't trying to take you to the police station because that means they got to start processing paperwork. So simple battery, Flying Monkey Sosa, if you listening, simple battery. Their code for that is 1313B. Helping you out because you obviously ain't good at your researching. The individual victim. I like to call y'all survivors. Victim, Kiara Shanice Ross. Same person we've been talking about since we've been talking about it forever, for a couple of years. But I went in depth about this story last week. She was 29 at the time, black female. And the thing I was already told about the police report is that it wasn't very detailed. It looked kind of like they were glossing over stuff. But what the source told me was, in part, the reason they didn't even go in depth and it wasn't like a whole full investigation and all that is because the police officer saw it on camera. Because Darius Cooks said, well, come look. I don't know what I did. I blacked out. And he's like, oh, you put your hands on her. Let's go. And so there was no need for an investigator because they had video proof of what actually went down. Then we got this, because they can probably say this is AI too. Again, people can make up AI stuff. I ain't saying that can't happen. But I ain't going to be able to make up AI and put it in the records of College Park Police Department. You idiot. Okay, so this is, I've never read this. This is Blind Reaction. This is the police narrative of what occurred. I'm thinking this is his narrative. Has her name again, Kiara Ross. Again, doesn't report her as the criminal or suspect. This is the criminal. I wish I had my other clips. Y'all know I played them the other day. When Darius Cooks is describing, I got them handy. I know, well, I've been organizing stuff so I can find them. I'm going to play this shit. I'm going to play it. I got to play it. Because he lied on her for 5+ years and said that she was arrested. She is in here noted as the victim. He is listed as the suspect. It's ridiculous. And the ones who might wake up with this, the flying monkeys and D-hivers and D-hags and deplorables who might wake up just a little bit from this lie of his for 5 years are still going to think this is isolated. No. This is what it looks like when her house of cards starts crumbling down. This is just the beginning. I told y'all we got more too. Oh, we got more. Y'all know I told y'all I'd do a slow burn. I told y'all. Officer wrote, upon my arrival to the scene, I was met by Darius Williams and Miss Ross, who were standing in front of the incident location. I began speaking with them both and was advised that there was a dispute over Miss Ross not being paid while working at the establishment. No lies told. Mr. Williams stated that Miss Ross became upset and argumentative while in the establishment. He wanted her to refrain from getting loud and argumentative in the restaurant So he escorted her out of the restaurant by grabbing her by the arms. He showed myself and Major Patterson, which was another officer, the video from his cell phone of the incident, and it clearly showed the two inside of the restaurant. And Mr. Williams grabs Miss Ross by the arms while taking her out of the restaurant. Miss Ross did not have any complaints of any injuries and did not request medical treatment. The video was recorded with my body camera, which will be saved for future prosecution. Future prosecution. this thing on, which will be saved for future prosecution. A CD copy of the incident will also be placed in the property as evidence. This thing on. A CD copy of the incident will also be placed in property as evidence. Mr. Williams was taken into custody and taken to the College Park jail, where he was processed and posted a cash bond. Good night. Because I ain't got to say more than this. I ain't got to do my work here is done. My work here is done. My work here is done. But we lying. To the person. Sorry, I got to do it in the right voice. Hold on. Let me pull it over here. To the person that created this fake AI photo and put it on the internet. How does it feel to know that you have been exposed? I have searched Clayton County and Fulton County. The math ain't nothing. Where's your receipts? And if you are AI bot, please stay off my post. No AI bots over here. Talk to your leader about that. But here's the police report. And we ain't done. We ain't done. We ain't done. So that is, let me go down. I got a little more, couple more. So that's the incident report narrated by the police. Now we know how police are. They be run. This is a job for them. So they ain't finna give us no IAmVellB style narrative. Y'all know I would have really been in depth. But they say here clearly. Make sure, I think I had a line left. Make sure this thing on. This thing on. Y'all let me know. Is this thing on? Mr. Williams was taken into custody and taken to the College Park jail, where he was processed, which means arrested, fingerprinted, mugshots, and posted a cash bond. What we don't know is how much the cash bond was. And they put the time, 17 hours, video marked as evidence. So this is based on the police body cam footage, the blah, blah, blah. And then here's, other pages. This page has, actually it's a couple, the other page just got random stuff on it. That's a different one than I got up for y'all. But it's just talking about the police body cam footage is on a disc. I don't even have this one up. The one I got for y'all up here, I ain't even got over here. But that's just talking about his height and weight. They say he was only 300 pounds. We know he's more than 300 pounds, but whatever. They probably went off what was on his driver's license. So I think we can officially. Okay, so part of it was, yes, he was arrested, all of that. And it didn't need an investigator because they had proof. It was basically just supposed to go to the state prosecutor for them to decide, as they do with all criminal cases for all criminals who have been arrested, like they do for all of them. The state prosecutor, looks at the case, decides, whether to prosecute and all of that, or offer a plea deal and all of that. So that's what happened with this. However, because we're talking about a state full of other crimes, people with real, robberies and M's, other assaults where, people had bodily harm. It might have been, hospitalized and in a coma and all of those sort of things. They're looking at all those cases, and then this one comes up. And so for one, it's under a pile of files of other cases. And then, so that meant it takes a long time to get to it. Next thing you know, the pandemic comes up. So because of that, it just kind of got in the mix. And the truth be told, because of the kind of, it was simple battery, because of, you know, what it was and how long ago it was and all of that. And she stated that she was not, you know, in pain or anything. It just slipped between the cracks. But to this day, the state prosecutors of the state of Georgia has not dismissed this case. So it is still open and pending. Still open and pending. So Darius Cooks is still a suspect in this criminal action of assault. I said what I said. Still, this was also brought to my remembrance. So Darius Cooks has really spent a lot of time talking about other people who might have had, you know, issues with arrests in their past for various, you know, infractions. And when someone who has exposed him for the truths of who he is as a scammer, stunt queen, liar, comes out and says something about him, first thing Darius Cooks does is try to discredit them by talking about how they have a sordid past, or he tries to find some or dox them. Y'all know the game. Y'all already know. We've been through this a ton of times before. Yeah, and Positive Vibes Only saying Darius ran. Yes, that's another reason why Darius Cooks ain't in Georgia no more. There's more. Oh, there's so much more beyond this situation. There's a reason why Darius Cooks is not in Georgia anymore. We know his business licenses were taken by the state of Georgia, that he cannot run a business in the state of Georgia. There's a question of why that warehouse is still operating out of the state of Georgia, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. So we know he couldn't open any businesses in the state of Georgia. Hence why when he talked about opening up the Pound Cake Trap Bakery all over again as a storefront and the fish company, never once mentioned Georgia. Georgia is known for restaurants. Georgia is a black mecca. Like, black businesses do well there. Why wouldn't you be there? Your base is there. That's where you started. Like, you have a name there. Well, it's a horrible name now. Shit. But why wouldn't you want to open it there? I can see other states too. I ain't saying no other states. But he mentioned every other state but Georgia. But then he claims that his license was never taken in Georgia. The lies you tell. I mean, I've showed the document. We ain't got time for everything. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I got to play the video of, hold on. I hope I find this quickly. Let me play a quick commercial. Let me try to find this video. And when I come back, we'll be, the way it happens, the video will come right up. Hold on. Let me put, okay, let me just, Mugshot, pull that down.
Again, Mr. Williams, I invite you to conversate with me directly. I don't do all this internet stuff. The problem is you're going after my family, you post my children, and then you mention my name. So you and we need to have a conversation. And yes, this is a forever problem.
It's me, Darius Cooks, also known as your local scammer. You are, you gay, grown up in Chicago. You just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, Lavelle. Those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Vail. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He probably, he ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose? took both of my hands.
That's why I got to spend more time getting my files together. My computer, well, my external drives will slow down so much. It took forever for me to find the file where I knew exactly what it was. It was just taking forever to load. But this is Darius Cooks' account. Now, y'all just saw our exclusive, thanks to the to our source. We have seen the proof, the actual police reports, and detailed incident, well, summarized incident from the police, told us that Darius Cooks is the suspect, the criminal, and Kiara was the victim. Listen to how Darius Cooks tells the story. Now, this documented, because he always claimed, where are the victims? Well, for one, now we have a victim literally listed on a police report. So now let's see how he works around that one. For two, where are the receipts? I don't know how much more receipting we can do than this. What y'all got for this, flying monkeys? But go ahead. Here's Darius Cooks spinning his web of lies as usual and recreating the narrative.
So I took both of my hands, put my hands on her shoulder because she was by the front door, to move her to the front door to move her out. That's the only touching I did. Just FYI. That's the abuse. The abuse was me putting my hands on her shoulder to take her outside. So when the police finally comes, we're outside. She's still inside. She goes back inside. Okay? This is a good 10 minutes done elapsed. She inside talking to customers. You see this? This what the fuck I gotta deal with. I'm not lying to you. Okay? The same person that called me an abuser, this is her act. This is her action. Keep listening, it gets better. So the police comes. He said, what's going on? I said, I explained what's happening. He said, is that her? Because he sees her still inside going crazy. I said, yeah, that's her. So he asked her to come out. She wouldn't come.
I don't see. Did we see any parts of the police? The police gave his own summary of the incident. I ain't want to see nothing about, and the Kiara, the victim, was wild, and I had to demand that she comes out, and I threatened to arrest her. I ain't seen none of that.
So he grabs her and pulls her outside. She going off, going crazy. And the police officer is like telling her, ma'am, stop talking for a moment. And she just would not stop, right? So I'm finna go get my shit out this motherfucking restaurant. He said, do not go back into that restaurant. I'm telling you, do not go back. If you go into that restaurant, I'm going to arrest you. Who goes into the restaurant? The girl who says I abused her. Who gets arrested? Who's in handcuffs? The girl who goes into the restaurant. So he arrests her for trespassing. So she says to him, to the officer, he put his motherfucking hands on me. So the officer, who has his camera on, he said, did you? I said, I'm gonna be.
So his version of the story is that Kiara, who is listed here as the victim, who in the police summary never mentioned that he has arrested her. Kiara says herself in her own tweet, we covered that whole story last week, I think it was. If you want to see that, I don't even know what the hell it's titled, but you check out that whole video that we go in detail. Kiara says this part was a flat out lie from Darius Cooks. She says she was never arrested, never placed in handcuffs. This was a whole contrived lie. And we know, we all grown over here. We got common sense. We know that if the police had in fact arrested her or felt that she was being belligerent and all of that, and they felt it was just out of hand and she wrong and he wrong, what they gonna do? Arrest them both. Arrest them both. That didn't happen. Why? Because Darius Cooks lying his ass off. Then lied on Kiara for years. 5 years, y'all. Well, he been lying on me for 20 now. How many years has it been? I don't even know. What's about over 13 years or so he been lying on me. So I guess if he can keep up a lie for 13 years, he can definitely keep it up for 5. This is what he does. Completely makes up a story. I know it's hard for people to believe that someone would just make up some ish, just completely make it up. But this is how she thrives. She literally has created her own online reality show out of her own life. So just more of the delusion of Darius Cooks and the hypocrisy of how she rolls. When Nandy was exposing, Nandy is a blogger, when she was exposing Darius Cooks for whatever had happened, I don't even know how they end up getting into it. He then finds out about the same thing with her mugshot came out. He then tweets this. Remember me telling y'all about Nandy's lying ass? This was the mugshot the people had found. Excuse me, y'all. Child, Nandy gonna say that's not her. Talking about, I can see why you all say that. We have a similar chin. Heifer, you also have a similar DNA. This is why I can't go with anything she says. How is a grown adult posting this pic saying it's not them? Girl, well, who the F is it? Casper, Amos, John the Baptist? I don't see not one locust or piece of honey. Baby, that's you, and you should not sit up on Al Gore's internet with the ish. That don't apply to this, and I got more. This is what he do to everybody else. Now he's talking about her, and then a flying monkey comment. Do I have that in here? Flying monkeys. And I just love how it's public record. So do we. So do we. So that's all we got for today when it comes to this. Because we got more. We got more. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. So, poll question we're closing out is, does it look like Darius Cooks was handcuffed in this photo that our source just sent me? Does it look like he handcuffed? 87% of y'all say yep. 13% of y'all say no. Again, it's far away and all that good stuff. I'm however you feel is however you feel. Now, Darius Cooks, now this has been out since, if I'm not mistaken, last Wednesday or Thursday. That image of his mugshot came out. And let me get a couple comments. I ain't starting them, but I see Darnell saying him and his lying Facebook friend, right? Okay, this is the explanation. They got into it because he follows everything Chef Carmen and Nandy was talking about Chef. Yes, that brings it back to my remembrance. So, yes, so that's how he got into it with Nandy, or how Nandy got on his radar, and yeah, it was a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I don't necessarily bring up everything to y'all that be happening around the peripheral, because I'm more about the real business of this. And then one day we can shits and giggles about all the stuff that was happening around it and behind the scenes. But right now we're doing the work. We're on the battlefield for the Lord. More? Yes, more, friend. More, absolutely. So much more. I mean, more with this story. Absolutely. More exclusives. But on top of that, more in general. It's so much. Oh my God, I can't wait till y'all see it. Oh, I can't wait. Yep, they will handcuff a bigger person up front. There you go. And back then, that was after Mommy Makeover number 1. That was before Mommy Makeover number 2 from Darius Cooks. He had the bariatric, I think, somewhere maybe around that time. So that would also, thank you for that, Diet Peppers, for explaining that. A big person, they can't really get their arms around that wide them wide bacon hips. And so instead put it in front. So what Darius Cooks chose to do versus addressing this, because this is what he does. When something like this goes down, he gets exposed. First thing he gonna do is try to recreate the narrative. However, if it is so undeniable and is not a good way for him to twist the narrative, that this AI, that's why I said I think there's a possibility he's behind this AI thing, because that was a part of somebody trying to twist the narrative to bamboozle y'all that have known into thinking, oh, it was a lie. We ain't got to pay no attention to that mugshot. That's not true. That's a lie. It's AI. That's the kind of stuff that Darius Cooks will do. And I'm very aware of that. She's always trying to be, a couple steps ahead. Well, because that wasn't taking shape. Well, actually, I think that came out later. She didn't know what to do, I guess. I don't know. That girl, she crazy. I don't know what she's thinking. She decided to ignore it. Ignore this and then create more distractions. She like, don't look here. Look over here. No, look over there. No, look over there. That's what she did instead. And the flying monkeys, and some of y'all, but the flying monkeys fell for it. Oh, and when I watched it, I said, oh, they falling for it. Poor babies. Poor babies, just let her just be playing in their face. So Miss Netta and Charles went viral over the weekend because of their Versace fake stuff. And Darius Cooks saw that. Now, she knows how to ride the algorithm like she rides other things. That's a whole nother story. We ain't going there tonight. She knows how to ride the algorithm. She is a puppet master of the internet. She's been doing it longer, and she's a stunt queen. They go hand in hand. It's really her playground in that way. Darius Cooks sees this trending. She jumps on it and inserts herself into it. Says, here's what Miss Netta, this is what Darius Cooks posted on the social media. Here's what Miss Netta posted. Here's what Miss Netta posted when I questioned the authenticity of her Louis Vuitton outfit. Here are the pics of the authentic tag. She said I was jealous of her. Yep, that's it. I'm jealous. So Darius Cooks then posts this with all these, collage of pictures of Miss Netta and her and Charles and different stuff, and then the real Louis. Now, he done went on the internet. Darius Cooks done went on the internet searching, trying to see if he can find those outfits to see if they legit or not, all of that. All of that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Darnell. We can all do better. I'm trying to handle these comments by myself. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for that, friend. It says y'all show Vell some love. He stay on his ass. Yes, I do. And thank you. And tonight was a night. I tell you, I had to take a power nap, and I still wasn't sure if I was gonna come live. This was a struggle, but God said it had to happen. And then the source hit me up literally 20 minutes before I was about to go live, and I'm like, oh, this was meant to be. So what Darius Cooks did to distract y'all from asking him about this was he started talking about social media foolishness and started a fight with Miss Netta. Now, any of y'all who follow Miss Netta and Charles, y'all know Miss Netta be beefing with everybody. Miss Netta, if you say something about her, she gonna start beefing with you. She in a bunch of beefs. Police being called, there's all kind of shenanigans going on. He know that because he follows her and he admits that he had been following her for years. So he know how to get her stirred up. So he picks a fight with Miss Netta And what happens? The flying mic. Look at Miss Netta. Now he calling her man and all this other kind of stuff. Look at him. He ain't got nothing. He talking about you jealous of him. You got more than him. Darius Cooks doing the same crap he do to cyberbully other people. Changed his thumbnail on his avatar on his social media to a collage of Charles and Miss Netta and the fake Louis tag and all of that. And they meanwhile, these fools ain't realized that they Massa. Oh, Massa, he's so funny. Darius Cooks then went live 3-4 times about this old dry ass subject, and these old flying monkeys ain't noticing that she planning they MFing faces for 5 years. And when she gets exposed, she like, look over there. No, look over there. And they like, I'm with Massa. Oh, Massa, I'm getting dizzy. You got me looking all over the place. Because he started it with, well, I forgot about this part. And we'll talk about this next week because I just didn't have time to pull all that because I didn't feel like coming live. First thing he did, I forgot, I jumped in front of myself. Before he picked the fight with Miss Netta, I found out about this mugshot, I want to say Wednesday night, I think it was, or Thursday night, one of them. By that next day, Darius Cooks was on his live, not talking about this, which I was waiting. I was waiting with bated breath. Not mentioning this, but he started drudging up his childhood trauma from a female cousin, an older female cousin, allegedly molesting him. Going into great detail during the live stream. During the live stream, he set up, this girl is theatrics down. Theatrics down. She comes on her live. I'm writing a letter to my younger self. I don't know because I didn't watch the live, but I caught the last 4 minutes, but I know the gist of what was happening. So I'm being theatrical right now. Theatrical. I'm on live right now. I've been talking with my therapist. I'm writing this to my younger self. My cousin made me touch her. She made me use my fingers. And all I remember is they was wet. Girl, I'm telling y'all, graphic detail, hamming it up. Flying monkeys. No, Massa. I know you done told us this story 30 times. It's so hard for you, Massa. I can't believe your family did that to you. Oh, they is next day. Now he done did that. I think he was live a minute. I missed that one. Lord, I wish I had that one. People had some clips on Twitter, I think. I got to go dig them up. We'll watch. We'll talk about that later because I want to break it down. Because then he did that. Then he was naming names of the cousin, other family members, what their reaction was, all this kind of stuff. They know she a stunt queen. Then he took the private text messages between him and his first cousin and posted them on Facebook with the cousin reaching out to him after the dramatics and going live and talking, doing all that because now it's getting to the cousin and the other family members. And they're like, Darius, what are you doing? Like, this is going to affect the family. And I understand with you, but this is not the way to handle this and da-da-da. Darius Cooks, he don't care. Scorched earth because he has to keep the attention off of this by any means necessary. Drudging up her childhood trauma that she already talked about to the D-Hags 11 times. Couple weeks prior, I have that on one of the videos. Couple weeks prior, she had mentioned it, and she was like, I don't care about that. I don't talk to her. I ain't gonna talk to that cousin no more. She don't exist to me, and da-da-da, and this and that. I'm over that. I done moved on. You over that, you done moved on. You don't talk to that family member no more, blah, 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 this and that. And you talked about this story a million times. But now you on your live writing a letter and graphically detailing it the day after your mugshot comes out. The timing is very interesting. So then that leads into, that took the flying muggers, kept them emotional. Like the Brie Loves, what's her name? Breon Loves. Oh, they messing with my Darius. Got him. Oh, Darius. They all in his messages. Darius, we feel so sorry for you. And then these hate groups on top of that. And you've been through so much. They don't know your struggle. All that. He then wakes up the next one. And that kept him busy all night. Kept him away from this. And even if they saw this, his goal was that this would pale in comparison to a young gay sissy, because he called himself a sissy, young gay sissy having a talk about touching his finger. I ain't trying to be too graphic, but I'm just how fucking ridiculous she is. I just want y'all to understand it. So I'm gonna be a little ridiculous to help you understand the ridiculousness of it all. She literally graphically describing wet fingers to keep them blind and distracted from this. And even if they see it, talking about a child having to experience that makes this seem foolish. Makes you forget that she done lied to you in graphic detail multiple times. The video we just played is just one of the probably 15 to 20 times she done lied to them about the situation. But they're going to forget about that because they're thinking about the fingers, the wet fingers. Playing in their face. And I'm not belittling abuse, molestation, or anything. Plenty of us got our stories. That I'm not discrediting. But what I will never do, and what many of us will never do, is use our story to try to gaslight people, to manipulate people. That's what she's doing. That's the difference between the situation. That's what I'm saying. And on top of that, she lied so goddamn much. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure it happened. That I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it partially happened. A lot of us played house back in the day. I don't know if the kids play house anymore. They shouldn't be. But a lot of us played house. I played house and we was hunching. And sometimes we ain't had we pull the bottoms down. Person might have been a year or two older than me. I don't necessarily consider that the M word because we were both kind of younger and we just hunching. We just doing stuff. I don't know if that's his situation and he turned it into something different. I don't know. But I'm just saying. I ain't gonna spend too much time on that. Then people stop misunderstanding what I'm saying. Anyway, so he distracted y'all with the wet fingers. Then he distracted y'all when that wore down a little bit. Distracted y'all with the Miss Netta and Charles drama. And I got y'all all in the chat yesterday because y'all hadn't seen me in a couple of days. Yeah, did you see the Miss Netta? What he say about Miss Netta? I don't get no goddamn what he said about no Miss Netta. That's gaslighting. That's child's play. That was a distraction. Get no goddamn about that. We talking about real work over here. Every once in a while we do the shenanigans. I'm gonna play a little Geisha 305 before we end the show. Y'all love that. Play a little Geisha 305. We do that. But this bull-ish, when she just trying to distract y'all from 5 years of her being caught lying again, like it ain't the first time by no means. But this is huge. This one, and I think because there's a legal document, well, shit, there's other legal documents. I don't even know how to describe it. But because the police are involved, I guess the justice system involved in other stuff too. The police, I think that's the difference. The police is involved in this, right? Kitty Boo say, stay focused, Bill. Right. I think the difference is this is a literal police report. Very reliable. And because of that, he wants to keep them distracted from this lie. This you cannot deny that this exists. So anyway, don't get distracted, y'all. This is how she rolled. Poll question out here. Did you know about the social media drama that Darius Cooks created with Miss Netta? 53% of y'all did know, 47% of y'all didn't. Yeah, it was viral. I was getting messages and I'm shaking my head like, oh, they falling for it. I don't want no messages about Miss Netta. I only want messages about the mugshots. No. Anyway, This was what the original show was. Now we moving to. Well, I was gonna do the Miss Netta stuff. But yeah, that's it. Thank you, Source. Put thank you, Source, in the chat. The Source got more for us. We trying to work that piece out. We got to figure out some stuff. But tell our Source thank you, and they got way more with this and other stuff. But thank them for their hard work, and thank them for sharing exclusives with us. I want to see that in the chat. So this was what I was gonna do. I'm trying to think how much. Okay, so I'm gonna cut a little bit of the show out. I had 1, 2, 3, and that don't count because that's a closer. I had 3 more topics. One was, yeah, that's 20-something minutes. I don't want to do no 3-hour show. Let me see. I'm gonna just poll y'all. Should we do a 3-hour show? So what I'm asking, because my brain ain't working, so I couldn't think how to word it properly. I got 3 more topics, technically 4, but the last part is just really a closer. And I think that's gonna take us to the 3-hour mark. Do y'all want me to do these 3 topics? Do y'all want me to just wrap it up? Because I can wrap it up with this next one, and then we can do the rest on another date and time. Oh, it's already at 94%. Okay. Then I get people that you be on live too long. They won't let me go when I come because sometimes I don't come on here for a while and then. Okay. I'm gonna close this poll out because it's very clear. Oh, it's only 29 votes though. The rest of y'all might just have y'all phone sitting to the side. I don't know. This might not be a good accurate poll. How many people viewing? It's 400 viewing. I'm gonna give y'all a little minute, but it ain't adjusted. Anyway, poll question. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Let me type it over here. Have you seen Darius Cooks? What's it called? What is it? Atlanta PBA show promo. Have you seen? Okay, a lot of y'all probably chilling under the covers or something, so y'all ain't hitting the poll, but it's still at 90-some%, and the views are still. It's still a lot of y'all in the chat. So I mean, in the watching. So we're gonna stick with it. Let's keep going. Poll question I just put out there is: have you seen Darius Cooks ATL PBA show promo? Just add soul. Darius Cooks. Do I have it on? I don't want to go back to my name, but anyway, I'm just guesstimate because one day I got so much more coming for y'all. Oh no, here it is. Is this the year singing? Is this 20? Okay, so I think in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, Darius Cooks. Yeah, it's saying here June 26th of 2019 on this little thumbnail. Darius Cooks had a show on ATL PBA where he literally had a promo for as well. Now, word on the street, because you might say, because Darius Cooks today will act like, I don't want to be on no Food Network. I don't want be on no TV. I don't want no show. I make so much money on my own. I don't need that. I don't want no boss. I don't want to share no money with nobody. Everything I make is mine. I don't need nobody. All of that. The question is it that you can do all this on your own and you don't need nobody and you done made so much money on your own? Or is it that those opportunities have been yanked from you because of you? Because you've been blackballed? We know that the food, some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. But we, as a whole, when I say we, I mean the ones who followed this. We know that Darius Cooks has been blackballed by the Food Network, banned, so much so that even his appearance from back in about 2009 on Sonny Anderson's Cooking for Real show, he had the clips of that out on his YouTube page. they made him take it down. They took it down. They copyright struck him. And it was up for years. But when they found out he was a scammer, or when it came to everybody's attention, they made him take it down. Well, they took it down. Yanked that video down. They don't even want no proof that he even was a part of their network in any way. Darius Cooks then felt like, because, you know, she pivots. She's a grifter. She's a scammer. She's a stunt queen. Shut one door on her, she going to burrow through another one. So Darius Cooks gnaws his way into another situation, like the rat that he is. He says, well, if I can't get on a national network, then I'm going to go for a local network and go on Atlanta PBA. And he was able to hoodwink somebody who didn't know no better. And they got to working with him. And word on the street is, we'll have some more. I think I'm supposed to get more receipts on that too. Hold on, y'all. Lost my well, I'm gonna play this first anyway. Word on the street is that they yanked the opportunity from Darius Cooks. The producer said that he was a horror. And they yanked the opportunity away. And I'll have some more details on that in the future. Hey, look, maybe I got some notes on it too. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all this because I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, and I asked y'all, had I ever showed this to y'all? And the majority said, no, I had never showed it. So I just was like, tonight was just supposed to be us watching a bunch of clips before we got that epic receipt. So this is Darius Cooks doing the promo for his defunct, oh no, I'm just doing a screenshot. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, I'm multitasking. For his defunct PBS show that you will not find today because it never aired. They yanked that ish down. They did this promo. Now, this shows you the effort was being put into this. But she is such a horror. She is such a conflict magnet, chaos magnet. She is such a failure that she couldn't even keep that. That's right, D's, what was it? All I could pronounce is your first part. But D's, that's right. Public access, yes. He figured, he figured that he could try to get on public access, and he ruined. Is that Tiffany Henyard's picture? Why does it look like Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton? Anyway, here's the clip. I'm tired, y'all. That's why I'm distracted and getting delusional. Here's the clip.
Hey, I'm Darius Williams. I grew up cooking on my grandmother's hip, where she taught me food is life and life is food. Now I'm a chef, restaurateur, and social media star, and I'm bringing it to your table in Atlanta, Georgia. My fans always ask me,
what's the recipe? Okay, how did you make that?
what's the secret? And I always tell them, the first ingredient for every recipe is to just add soul.
Just add soul. She's so corny. She is so corny. Thank you so much, Kitty Boo. Says, I just Googled it. It's public broadcasting Atlanta. Yes, it's a public broadcasting station. I'm sorry, I'm saying so many words. I forgot to make sure everyone knew what that meant. So that was part of the promo. And then there was another part of it where they get into kind of some of the context of the show. Too sassy for public broadcasting. She failed at that too. I don't even know if she ever mentioned this. I mean, I'm sure when, because, when she had Periscope and those D-haggers over there, the diehards, they knew, usually she keeps them up abreast of these things. Now, she's going to always recreate the narrative of why it didn't go the way it's supposed to go. Of course, it ain't going to never be her fault, but they probably knew about this. A star? Don't flatter yourself. Oh, yeah, because he said he's a social media star. You're far from that, right? Says, nope, no money went into that. Clearly. Okay, so here's another clip of the same show, and this is like, I think, just preview or trailer to one of the segments of the show.
Well, I absolutely love my fans. I love all of them. So I absolutely love my fans. I love all of them. But there's this one. So I absolutely love my fans. I love all of them. But there's this one video that I saw from someone who follows me, Kiosha. I gotta tell you something. She has been lying to her kids this whole time. What kind of mom is that? Okay, and she's been lying to them.
He's so fake and phony. It's hilarious when I see him trying to do his like hosting voice. It's so inauthentic. and this clip wasn't edited out. Like y'all seeing my rough stuff. Like I said, I was just pulling something together for y'all.
About making fried chicken. In actuality, it's Publix fried chicken that she's brought back to her kids.
Hey Darius, so I need your help, like for real. I think my kids have caught on to me lying to them when it comes to my homemade fried chicken. It might have something to do with the fact that those Publix boxes be getting trash can when the night is over. But disregard. I need for my babies to believe that their mommy is making them some bomb homemade fried chicken and all that comes along with it. Can you help me, please?
So I feel like I gotta help her. I have a perfect recipe, lemon pepper honey fried chicken, and I want to show her how to make it so we can stop this, telling these lies to these kids.
Can stop telling these lies to these kids. Stop telling these lies to your followers. How about we start there? They learning how to lie from you. They learning how to lie from you. Then we have let me close this out. Have you seen the Darius Cooks PBA show promo? 96% of you had never seen it. Oh, I was about to close the whole channel. Jesus. Yeah, it's time to get off. Okay. This next one, am I gonna play that? I guess I am gonna play that one. This is Darius Cooks trying to copy or bite off of things that are trending on the internet. And this has been a part of his entire internet career, where he copies off of what's trending, what people are doing, and he tries to do it and try to make it his own. Sometimes it works for him, honestly. Sometimes it works for him, and people don't know, his followers don't know, and they think he's the originator of it because, Donnell Hibbler says he's never genuine. Exactly. Doesn't have a genuine bone in his body. But usually it works for him. Well, I say sometimes it works for him and sometimes it doesn't. This is an example of Darius Cooks trying to bite off of something that was trending online and the abysmal poor results. And obviously he just dropped this real quick because this was the first time I saw this. I don't know how many more of these are out there, but I think he even got that this was just ridiculous.
Slice for Jesus. Now that, okay. Okay. Tequila. Okay. You put some water in the pot. I could do that. That's easy. We got that. Boil water for pot. Okay. Onion. Come on, slice, son. Slice for Jesus. Now that, okay, slice. Oh, okay. Mince. Mince for the Holy Ghost. Okay. I like that. You better mince here. Huh? Come on, olive oil. Pour it. Pour it. He anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely, okay.
So, creators like Kaylin, is it Kaylin Allen, the one who ended up with a job on the Ellen show? There's a few of them, and I don't know their names, but it's a couple of them that we see when we're scrolling that he's copied off of. And who is that? Everybody's so creative. That lady, well, she came later on down the line. No, she probably came around this time. This is Darius Cooks trying to mimic that style of food commentary. And it's so inauthentic that it just reads. Nicole is saying she loves Kayla. Yeah, I follow him. Yeah, it's so cringy. It's so cringy. Yeah, he's biting off of Kaylin. So this is just her. But anyway, I'll play the rest. Kales, that was the other name I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of. I was talking about right, like Kales. These are the people that he was trying to bite off of and doing a horrible job at it.
Okay, all right, onions in the pan. Okay, surely goodness and mercy is following me with this stick of butter. Oh, half stick of butter. Oh, it's only half following me. Maybe a little sprint. I'm gonna run, it's gonna sprint. Okay, what's this? Now you put dried Italian herbs down to the with the scallops. Oh, okay then. I see where you going with this. Okay, no, come on, poor scallop. Come on, drop the scallops, Jesus. Oh, yes, you better stir up the gift. Stir it up in the Holy Ghost. Half cup of salt.
Even the inserting of church dialect, it seems very, very, very forced. Thank you so much for this. I'm juggling so much over here on this end, and again, yeah, y'all know I really was forcing this show. I forgot all about when I originally pulled this clip. The first thing I noticed, Mocha Goodness says he is watching himself cook. I know, and thank you so much for mentioning, because I totally had blanked out on that today. That is Darius Cooks' hands. That is him watching himself cook and commenting on himself. That is not him doing what the other creators do, which is food commentary on other people. Right, Spider-Man, it is so cringe. Wait, what is this? So cringe. That made it even more cringy. Thank you so much, Mocha, for that, because I totally forgot about that. And I wasn't really watching either right now. Thank you so much. She's a joke. Thank you, Mocha. That was one of my main points of this whole thing.
That's going to be real salty, though. Real salty. It's going to be salty. Angel hair. Not Satan hair. Not devil hair, okay? Come on, tequila. 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 You mean to tell me you just lit that on fire like that? It's like fire shut up in my bones. My God, today. I love it.
Right, Jane Doe said, no wonder the commentary was overly positive. Right, because it's him commenting on his own stuff. Exactly.
I love it. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, now this is a lime. Okay, lime juice on top of the fire, on top of the herbs, on top of the scalp. Okay. Oh my God, look at that sauce. Oh my Lord, look at that. Would you look at that sauce? Come on, heavy cream. Oh God, come through. This is not low carb, doc. This is not low fat. You eat a little bit of this. You can't eat a lot of this. Basil. You mean to tell me you chopping up basil like that? Where the basil finna go? Come on, chiffonade, son. Chiffonade for the Lord.
This is a lot of Kales. The more I'm hearing this is a lot of him biting off the style of Kales.
Ooh, would you look at this pasta going in this pan like this? Would you look at this pasta? Ooh, you better shimmy that pasta. Oh, yes. That pasta is tarrying. Yes, seek ye first. Oh, with the basil, son. With the basil. You put the... Okay, come on, basil. Ooh, look at that swirl in that pot. Oh, no, I don't need no salsa, doc. Give me a plate. Matter of fact, give me a fork and the skillet. Huh? Come on, pasta. Come on, scallop. Come on, tequila. Oof.
Right. Oof. Thank God it's over. I'm sorry for torturing y'all. I'm like, hell, if I got to be tortured to pull all this stuff, y'all got to be tortured to listen to it if I put all this work into it. So, speaking of Darius Cooks biting and stealing other creators' ideas, a couple weeks ago, I did another exclusive. We've been getting rolling in these exclusive interviews of survivors of Darius Cooks. I did an interview, pre-recorded interview with a chef Jay Rykard, who is, Jesus, I forgot to pull that in. I'll do a reel or something with it though. Or is it here? Oh no, perfect. Oh, I didn't forget. I think I did forget, but it's right here. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it. You know what I'm gonna just share it this way because it'd be too hard. Computers drives are slow. Have you Hold on. Then we got this our last segment, and then we heading on out of here. Have you heard? Poll question. Where you go? Have you heard Darius Cooks' tagline, "Food is my life, life is my food"? Have you heard Darius Cooks say the tagline, "Food is my life and life is my food"? If not, here it is. Oh, gotta play from here.
About soul food. It's comforting. It's homey. There's just something about soul food. It's comforting. There's just something about soul food. It's comforting. It's
y'all getting all my pre-edit stuff. This means it hasn't gone through editing yet. This again is Darius Cooks during a fake, interview. He's putting on his fake Oprah-ness. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about in this, but anyway, the point is to get to the end of this.
It is historic.
I think this is after the first mommy makeover, if I'm not mistaken. Because some of y'all are probably a little lost. Like, why his face? We know he used skinny filters and Photoshop and stuff, but why these videos? One he large, one he medium, one he extra large, one he looking like a pencil. Well, never that. But anyway, looking like a burnt walrus. It's because these are at different points. But this would probably be, I think, after mommy makeover number 1. And probably after she was, losing the weight from it.
And when it's done just right, you just get it. There is a connection that begins to happen between the mind and the soul.
She be trying to be so deep about soul food. It's a connection that happens between the mind and the soul. Girl, these are collards again that you always make. What?
If you really start to understand just how inventive we had to become when there was a necessity. The recipe will be on the dairy.
I don't know who told her all this goddamn smacking was cute in this voiceover, but it is disgusting. But I'm gonna torture y'all with it because I had to torture myself.
When there was a necessity. The recipe will be on the Darius Cooks Plus app. Go get it from your app store, Google or Apple. 2 things I'm gonna tell you. As I always do. Before I finish this and take my nap. Food is my life. Life, you know what it is. It's my food. Until next time, I have to wish you a happy cooking. From my heart to yours. Bye, y'all.
So you hear in there Darius Cooks, the criminal, the suspect in this open case, saying food is my life, life is my food. So not only is he an abuser and an assaulter, but Darius Cooks is also a thief. And we know this. We talked about him being a recipe thief, but he is an intellectual property thief as well. And so a few weeks ago, I did an interview with Chef J. Rykard, who is the originator of that tagline that Darius Cooks stole, tweaked slightly, reversed some words, added a little, and stole it from her. And she tells us her story in this interview that if you're a channel member and Patreon, you saw this. But for the rest of y'all, here's another exclusive, and I'll be back. I'm gonna be in and out of the screen. What I would like is for you to give an intro of yourself. You can tell me your background or whatever your elevator pitch is, basically.
Well, I'm Chef Rykard, Chef J. Rykard. That's me. I've been cooking for over a decade, so 12 years now, and I am formally trained. I graduated from the Art Institute of California in San Bernardino.
Could you tell me what's your experience with Darius?
So I really don't have much to say because I've never met him personally.
Okay.
It just so happens that I had a tagline on my Twitter when I first started my account. And so the account that I'm currently on is like my second one.
Okay.
The first account that I had, there was a tagline that I had on there. It said, food is my life, life is my food, or something like that. Or he actually changed the words around. It's food is my life, like my life is food, because I am a chef and that's what I love to do. I'm very passionate about my craft. So I didn't notice it until someone sent me a video of him and he had it on his shirt. And I was like, oh my God, that's from my Twitter page. So when I was like, everybody was like, at the time, Angela Davis was actually having issues with him at the time. So when I went and kind of Google stock and looked, I was like, I realized he had blocked me because I had made mention of it. So shortly after I found out about it through somebody sending me a video of him with the shirt on doing, I guess, one of his demonstrations, then I started being more vocal about it because I'm just like, I don't understand it. Like, you could literally, I mean, whatever, but it's just like, why would you even come to my page? I'm like a nobody. Like, why would you steal something from me? And I'm nobody. Nobody knows who I am. They know who you are. Just seemed very odd for me. And then to block me directly after that just made it seem like, okay, so this is just something that you do. And then hearing about Angela's situation and how he like stole some of her intellectual property and stuff from her photos, it's something that he's done with other chefs and other creatives that I've seen. And the crazy thing about it is like, we're all Black women though. What's that about? So it just kind of made me feel like, I don't know. And then he talks so much stuff online. It's just crazy to me. I just don't understand. Like, I'm literally nobody. I've never even met you before. It's weird. It just seems a little off to me. So that was my experience. And I mean, I've seen him dox other chefs that I'm friends with on Twitter. It's bad. I'm kind of like, how are you still portraying this title of and portraying yourself as this person, but you're not really, you're stealing from other creatives. I mean, how does that work for you? I mean, if you like it, I love it, but it's just kind of like, don't you think those people deserve to get that credit because they've worked hard on their craft as well? Something about it just seemed, I can't put my finger on it. And then being blocked, and I didn't even know anything about it until someone else brought it to my attention. I was just kind of like, so you don't even want to have a conversation about it? Like, what was the reason? But I'm guessing that's just something that you do anyway until you get caught. So,
and are you saying that he blocked you prior to you saying anything, or after you mentioned it maybe out loud?
I mentioned it. It was like a blurb. I mentioned it very briefly. And then I actually made a comment under him and this other chef that I follow were having this debate. And I made a comment and then he immediately blocked me. So when I went back to the page, when somebody was like, I was like, he did this, and they're like, oh, for real? So then they like tagged me in something and I went to go look and I couldn't look at whatever it was because he had blocked me. I thought that was interesting. I'm like, he blocked me? I don't even know. I've never even met this man. Never met him, never spoke to him before. And then like my family members are from St. Louis. So he came to St. Louis and like all the stuff he talked about St. Louis. I was like, you don't know anything about that area. Like, I'm from there, lived there for 20 years. So how do you have all these things to say about all the Black creators need to come together? And like, what are you talking about? You steal from all the Black creators that are probably from here. I'm from St. Louis. I had to leave to go somewhere else to try to make a name for myself because it wasn't going to happen there. And if we still have people on the internet stealing all of our intellectual property or everything from us, we're never going to make a name for ourselves. So that's my biggest issue there with that. And then it's like seeing on him with other chefs that are very talented and your interactions with them, like when you get pissed off at them, you go on a whole rant and then you block them. Then when they find out about this rant that you go on all your lives, because there's some people you still let see them, it's like you're just throwing gasoline on the fire instead of being a man and being able to sit down like two adults and have a conversation about what has been done and what has been said. Where's the accountability? It's kind of weird for you to be as old as you are with no accountability whatsoever and no regard for anybody else. It's weird.
So what year did that happen with the tagline, him taking the tagline?
So it had to be my first account. It had to be probably like somewhere in either 11 or 10, because that's when I had the first account, when I first kind of started. That's when I first kind of got on Twitter and started trying to use it to kind of gear my cooking. At the time, I was still in college. I was still in culinary school, essentially, at the time. So it wasn't really brought to my attention until just a little bit more recent. Okay. And that's when I realized, oh, wow, he blocked me. And that really did happen. He really did do that. So right around the time that Angela Davis was having her issues with him and the stuff that they were going through, that's kind of when I found out about when they sent me the video of him doing the kicking demonstration. And I'm looking, I'm like, that tag, I'm like, what he says on his shirt, I swear to God, I posted that. And it was a pinned tweet on my Twitter for the longest. So I just took it from one page and moved it to like my more business page because, but it's just like, I'm just like, I just don't, now it just looks like I'm taking something from you and it's not even something that you came up with. Only thing you did was change the words around. So just, I'm so aggravated because it's like, I come up with stuff like this all the time. Shit, pay me for it if you want to use it. I don't care, but it's just like, man, that's crazy.
So did you say what year you came up with the tagline? Approximately, it may be hard for you to remember exactly.
It's been so long. I'm saying it's probably about like, it either has to be around like 11 or 10 or 11 because I was still in school.
2010 or 2011.
Yeah, and the name at the time that my Twitter was under was Savvy Chef Rykard or something like that. For something happened with my page and it got blocked and I wasn't able to look back in, so I just made another Twitter, which is the one I have now.
Okay.
But yeah, it was old, but it was just like, it was pinned to my Twitter forever. But I never really thought about, I need to think about somebody trying to take this, like, until now you have it, it's on merchandise for you. It's literally part of your brand. Now I'm kind of sitting here like, what the heck? What if that was my part of my brand? Because that's basically what I was doing. So now you've taken something from me that I can't even use for myself. So it's crazy. Yeah, it was about 2011 or 2010 because I was still in college at the time.
Do you remember what may have inspired you for the tagline? Like, how do you remember the inception of it at all?
I just was like, I was trying to come up with a brand for myself, and I was just like, well, food is literally my life. I spend the majority of my days in the back of a restaurant, and life is food for me because I love to cook. I have a passion for food that most people I see don't have. So for me, that's kind of what the basis of it was, of trying to figure out like, okay, what would I call myself? What would be my little gimmick that would make me more noticeable? So I was just like, okay, well, and okay, food is my life. My life is food. And it was on my Instagram for a while too. And I had to change it because when I found out he had it on shirts, I'm like, well, I can't use this now. I have to change, I had to change my whole Instagram page. But I'm so glad he didn't take like piece grits and bacon bits. Like that's, I'm all about the piece. I love bacon. I love grits. I don't know. Things just pop in my head. So,
And I would be careful because he has so many shirts out there. He may have taken that one if he's heard it. It may be on one of those shirts that he just sells on his website.
And actually, I don't even go to the website. I just don't. I feel like me pouring that energy into trying to find out is taking away from me trying to progress to do whatever I'm going to do for myself. So I'm like, you know what? People like you will always get what's coming to you. I don't care what happens. You're going to get your comeuppance one day. It's just how the universe works. So I see he got it with Angela. She seems to be doing wonderful. I'm so proud of her. I was just like, thank God that she came out on the other side of that because wow, I don't even want to have to get into I don't want to have to go through what she went through. I don't need you doxing my family, chasing my people. I don't even want to deal with that. I'm literally a nobody who's trying to be a somebody, but I'm still a nobody, and I like that anonymity. So.
And did you experience any harassment or cyberbullying at all connected to this?
He never. So no, he just would ignore me when I would say things like me and Chef Jayon and Chef Charles. We all kind of banded together when the stuff happened with Angela. So we all kind of on Twitter inside the thread, and I'll pop in from here and there and say things. And then when Sunny Anderson reached out to me that one time, and I told her about what happened, and she's like, "Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Like he's gonna get his comeuppance because people like that always, they always get what's coming to them." So I just was like, I'm trying to just remain positive because I feel like for those of us that work really hard and to have somebody like that just take that from you, it just makes you that much more like, I don't want to do this forever. Like if this is how it's going to be, like I just do it because I love what I do, not necessarily because I'm trying to pop out and be rich or famous. Of course it would be nice, but it's not the goal. The goal is the food. So, and then just watching some of his videos, I'm just like, some of this stuff doesn't make sense. I'm like, this guy is not a chef. I don't know why everyone keeps thinking that he is. He is not. Some of his recipes don't make sense. Then just watching some of the videos that I only see reposted because I can't see anything because I'm blocked. It's just, I'm just like, I don't get it. How does how does this person have all these businesses and all these resources out here, and just you have to show, you have to really prove yourself when you're in this line of work, because yeah, like people are very sensitive about their shit when it comes to their artwork, and food is the artwork here. I just kind of feel like you're making a mockery of it, and it pisses people like me off, because we worked, either went to school and worked our way up from being a nothing ass pantry cook to achieving the level of a chef and actually being able to take that title. Some people just are just given to it because they have a good personality or they're just entertaining to watch. I'm not really sure how that works, but I don't know, just watching him from when he was taken from Angela now, and just looking at how you watch how people's pictures change and things like that. You just kind of like, either this guy doesn't have it together or there's something else going on here. All the businesses you have closed, and then people wanting refunds for things they purchased, and you just don't care. Like it's just, I just can't understand it.
Yeah,
I just don't.
He's a really internet scammer, disguising himself as a cook. That's all he is. Literally. That's why the recipes don't make sense and all of that. And he's grifting from business to business, because he's not really a chef. He's not a cook. He's a home cook, like your family members who might be able to cook in the kitchen. And he realized that he could build a business around that. And that's what he's been doing. But in the meanwhile, because he's not skilled, he hasn't gone to school like you have, etc., he steals from those of you who have worked hard to gain, the level of professionalism and skills. He's mimicking all of you and stealing from you. So that's why I'm really trying to, get it out more.
I was actually in the middle of a bachelor's degree program when I decided to come home to St. Louis, because that's my home. At the time I was in California. So came back home and just started work. I just got my degree and started straight into work. So I said, well, let me try. I want to learn every station that I can learn, because that's going to make me that much better of a chef later down the road. So I started off working at Fleming's in St. Louis and working pantry, like so tossing salad, doing dessert, like the whole nine. And I worked my way out from there. I ended up leaving there after I trained a few people, and I just felt like I wasn't going to be able to achieve the next step up. So I had to go somewhere else. So I ended up going to the Fox Theater and became their saute cook there. So the Fox Theater is huge in St. Louis. A lot of the productions, their Broadway productions, are there. So a lot of the members will come to the boxes to eat. So that was what I did there. When I'm like, okay, I've learned saute. What else can I do? I said, you know what? I would like to go train people. I would love to be able to train somebody, make a training manual. So when I went to Rykard, I did that. I was their pantry cold side person, trained everybody, made training manuals for everyone. When I got to the point where I was making specials and it was selling, and I was just like, you don't want to pay me more, you don't want to give me you don't want me to elevate, gotta move on, because I don't want to be stuck in one spot. Left there, went to like a place called Hollywood Casino. They had a steakhouse there, and I was their lead saute cook. And I did that for a year and a half, and it was great. And then I was just kind of like, the pandemic happened, I was out of a job. I didn't know what to do, so I basically hustled. So what he's doing, making edibles, that's what I do. I make edibles, but I do like meals. So you come to my house, a steak and potatoes could be an edible, So I did that for a while. I made a really decent amount of traction there for myself in the business sense, and also with monetarily wise, because I wasn't working. So that was helpful. So once that kind of wound down and COVID was kind of over, I said, okay, I just went back on the club sector. I've always been a club chef, so I always worked in country clubs because I wanted to be a caterer. So working in those environments kind of skill you towards that too. So when I got to my last club, I said, you know what, I think I want to be a Michelin star chef. It would be so dope to work in a Michelin star restaurant. Let me just start applying for jobs. So I just started applying for jobs. And one hit, I came to DC last summer, and the chef was like, I need you. When can you come back? I was like, this is crazy. So meeting the chef and being there all over the summer and just learning all that stuff, I'm just like, so now what do you want to do? Just checking off my bucket list. And now I've made it to the point where like I'm a sous chef. I've worked at a microbrewery before. Like I've had all this vast experience. Now I'm just like, let's center it into one thing. What is it that you want to bring forth now into our industry for others? And now that's where I'm at now. So I'm kind of trying to figure that out. The goal is to go back home and open up something because I'm from the area. I'm pretty well known. Everybody knows who I am, so it just makes sense to go home and do that. Just trying to find what it's gonna be. I just don't know yet because I just have so much from all different places. And being a military kid where I've lived overseas, I've eaten food from other places. I just have so much knowledge that I want to bring forth into like one dish. How can I put all that into one dish? When I figure that out, that's going to be my niche. My dad was like, you need a niche. You need something that you can do well that people can't get anywhere. I was like, I don't know what that is. He was like, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's where I am.
And all of that experience is definitely going to pay off when you land where you're supposed to ultimately be. It's going to all come together and like be like the sky opening up, like, oh wow, all that made sense now. Yeah.
Right.
I'll definitely be keeping in touch with your journey. And I'm expecting good things for you because you deserve it based on what you've been through and the stuff I don't know about that you've been through.
Man.
But I thank you. Did you have any other questions or things that you might want to be included in this?
No, I just really hope that if he really wants to be a chef, that he actually sits down with some really good chefs and actually talk to them about the industry. Because I think the biggest thing for most of us that have worked very hard is the misconception that you get here by not doing anything. And that's not true. You have to put the work in. And if you don't do it, you're going to be just looking just like you're looking now, making recipes that don't make fucking sense. And the food may or may not be good. I don't know. I've never been to one of his dining with Darius, but I know when he was in St. Louis, a lot of people didn't have a lot of good things to say, and then some people did have good things to say. I mean, you kind of see that from whatever lens you see that from. Because I know he has a nice cult-like following. That's very trippy. Yes.
I was just gonna say that. You got to question the people who said it was so delightful and delicious. Are they dehivers? If they are, you already know what they were gonna say. So,
yeah.
And I have had his cooking. I knew him for 10 years. He's like a good home cook, but he is not chef level at all. So that
Just come sit down with us and learn. Come to the table and learn. That's our thing. Because I feel like some people that are older than you and you have more knowledge than them, they don't want to listen to you because they feel like they know everything. I'm still learning, and I've been doing this for over 12 years. Like I'm still learning, and I'm not against learning anything because there's always room for growth. So that's my only thing. That's my only qualm. I have no issue with Darius. I don't want to shoot him when I see him. I'm not really like that type of person. I just want you to do what's right for the people that have worked hard to get to where we're trying to get to. Because we would all like to be like you on TV, judging other people's food that are really good and, critiquing and getting some feedback from them too. So it's just, everybody wants a piece of the pie. That's it.
But I thank you for your time. And so what I plan to do is so there was a part in here, I edited that part out where she was talking about Darius Cooks being, and she part of it still made it in where she said, yeah, and you're on TV judging people, etc. And so she's saying she thinks she recalls Darius Cooks being on one of the food competition shows, like Food Network level. I don't know if it was on Food Network or one of the other networks that have like those food competition shows. But she says that she was pretty sure she saw Darius Cooks as a judge on one of them shows. And I'm like, first of all, he's not qualified, like, because he's not a real chef. But I asked her like if she could find it because she said it was a long time ago. But I'm like, I've never seen that, never heard of it. And I'm pretty well informed at this point, but there's still stuff out there here or there that I might not know of. But if any of you have heard of this, please confirm it. And she said if she found it, she would definitely send it to me, but she hasn't. So I'm thinking that she may have not have run back into it. But anyway, that's what she was talking about with competition show or whatever. Couple things. Oh yeah, I took a picture of that. Let me. The poll question that I'm closing out I closed out rather. Have you heard of Darius Cooks' tagline, "Food is my life, life is my food"? 69% of you had heard that. 31% of you had not. If you ain't heard it, it's probably because you don't follow him like that. Because he used to close out all of his. I think he still close out all of his cooking videos like that, like pre-recorded videos. The Well, he does a lot of reels and stuff now too, so that could be why y'all don't haven't heard it. But anyway, the other poll question we have here that I'm closing out: do you believe that Darius Cooks stole the tagline from Chef J Rykard? 95% of you do believe it. 5% of you do not. I know that sometimes your fingers slip. I know that there's some diehard D-havers, D-hags, deplorables, and flying muggers up in here. So we, expect y'all votes to always be skewed towards Crooks. Welcome. We appreciate you. What else? Oh, a few comments. Then I'm gonna play us out with a little oldie but goodie from our friend Geisha 305. Kitty Boo says, Vel, how does she feel about herbs de Provence or Italian seasoning? Right, because Darius Cooks say they're the same thing. That would have been a great question, but it was not on my mind during that interview, but I wish it had been. That would have been great for us. I have to sit in the kitchen with my family. Recipes are no good for me. Okay, I had started a couple of them. Thank you again, Darnell. Darnell became a channel member. Thank you, Darnell, friend, for becoming a YouTube channel member. Welcome, friend. And also, Darnell, a.k.a. We Can All Do Better. Follow him on YouTube and Facebook at We Can All Do Better. And he's saying, reminding y'all to show me some love, and I appreciate that. And y'all did. I'm about to get to that in a minute. Renee asks, are you able to trademark a tagline? Yes, you are. And then I saw here, PH Diva 45 says, trademark your stuff, please. I agree with you 100%, Diva. And to answer Renee's question, yes, you can, and you did as well. Yes, you can trademark. But when you're someone like that young lady and other entrepreneurs I know, and it's unfortunate, I agree with you 1,000,000%, but it's easier said than done too when people are, barely making it, they scraping by, and that is not a cheap or short process to trademark. Like, I've been through the process, and it's a lot to it, and having to get an attorney involved just because it was a lot. So you got to have resources and money and stuff to be able to do that, and sometimes that's the issue, especially in a situation like hers, where at that time she's a college student who wasn't really quite thinking of it on that level. I think at that time, like, someone might steal it from her who has a larger platform and then literally make it a part of their brand. So I could get why. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing at all, but just knowing that people could want to do it and just not be able to afford to be able to go through the process. And again, it takes a lot. Changing words makes it different, right? I don't know if that's sarcasm. I don't know if that's a question, Crystal. But that's what he did. He changed the words around. In his mind, from a legal perspective, I think he honestly could kind of get away with it to some degree. I'm not sure though, actually, if it was trademarked. But Darius Cooks likes to play semantics in that stuff. That's not my saying, Yeah, she does that stuff. Positive vibes only, but that's why he stole it. He thought no one would know. Yes, he stole it because she was smaller and he thought no one would know. A lot of the intellectual property that Darius Cooks has stolen over the years. Thank you so much, Darnell. A lot of the stuff that he's stolen intellectual property wise is from all of it is from smaller creators. The times he will bite like personality and certain things off of larger creators and try to sneak it in. But generally people end up calling him out at some point. It's been plenty of people, but the more one that comes to mind is when he started copying, he still copies Tabitha to this day, but he was really trying to take on her personality and people were really starting to call it out. So he started backing away from it quite a bit. So that's all I have for this show, but I want to thank you. Let me not forget. Thank you to everyone who really showed me so much. Like, I was not expecting this, and y'all don't know. Ooh, this is how God worked, because y'all don't know how I really pushed. This night was not gonna happen. And I'm glad that it did, because y'all blessed me and showed why I need to continue to push through even when I don't have it in me, or I think I don't have it in me. But anyway, thank you to everyone who sent me cash apps. We got Shanice, we got Miss A, we got Lily C, Adore With Me, Tony J, we got Nakia E, Melanie M, we got Sock Snob Films. Tonight and last night. Thank you, friend. Last night I totally forgot to check. I don't know. My Cash App is not letting me heart, or at least it ain't showing me that it's when I'm hearting my Cash App. And then last night also, Diamond W. Thank you so much to all of you. And let me check real quick. But if any of you have sent me anything in my Zelle, I greatly appreciate you, as well as just harder for me to get to it because my bank app be a little wonky. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and play an oldie but goodie that many of us love. And because I believe tonight and all of Darius Cooks' shenanigans deserves a good dragon. A good and a dragon, and only the way that our good friend from out there in Miami, Florida, can really do it, and that is Geisha 305.
About Mr. Eric, aka E-Class. But oh no. But this roast is about the Georgia-based chef that's originally from Chicago, Darius Williams, that goes by the alias Darius Cooks. This fool has the audacity to travel state to state to criticize black-owned restaurants. This nigga is a whole human walking trajectory. Fuck, nigga, you have the nerve to criticize people establishment, and you have over 70 complaints from people that say you haven't fulfilled their orders, ignored their refunds requests, providing poor customer service. You only tearing down other black restaurants because you a hurt, messy punk. You came all the way down here to Miami to purposely go to finger licking to trash them. Besides being over here looking like a burnt walrus in a denim mixed with polyester striped dirty suit. Why would your scamming ass try to sell skillets and you can't deliver? Why the fuck would you open a restaurant and on inspection day you a no-show? You took your mullet face overseas to Dubai because you didn't want to face your employees because you knew your restaurant was being shut down. And the only reason why you became a traveling critic is because you want other black businesses to fail like you did. Now let's talk facts, since you want to go live and act like you fear for your life. You can't be that goddamn scared because you out here trolling people's cities. After the Better Business Bureau sent out that warning, you been bitter. Yes, I said warning people not to fuck with you. Every time you sell a product you don't deliver. What about them cooking books people didn't get? And your slick ass filed bankruptcy because you don't want to pay nobody back. Darius Cooks LLC was administratively dissolved in 2019 for failing to file annual registration and or failure to maintain a registered agent or register office in this state, according to the Georgia Secretary of State. Bitch, you an unprofessional businessman and a recipe thief. And when people call you out for the thieving scammer you are, you have your dedicated followers to troll, threaten, and harass them. And now I'm trying to understand why you called the police in Miami on one man. Did it make you shit and pee in your pants because he came along? And your cameraman Corey, if he's smart, he'll cut ties with you because you're mentally fucked up and don't know it. You lucky E-Class only took your phone allegedly and not throw you down a motherfucking manhole with your crybaby ass. Nigga, you wrote a whole motherfucking cooking book with plagiarism in it with the Food Network recipes. Don't you take your goofy long titty ass down to nobody's city to talk about they shit. Unless you going to criticize somebody's salad bowl with your overweight ass. Keep it up now, some street niggas in somebody's city gonna be waiting on you. They gonna take your car, your camera, your phone, and your clothes. You gonna be walking up and down somebody goddamn boulevard looking like a black Barney. Darius, you a sucker that do sucker shit. And those women that follow you and support you, they suckerettes. Who in their right mind follows a person like you with a reputation like yours? Boy, you went from an unknown Chicago food blogger to a social media influencer and to a disaster overnight. The list can go on. You had a failed grocery delivery that was called Fresh to Go that was a hell no. You made many connections and they all cut you off. Nobody wants their brand to be attached to you. That should tell your stupid ass something. Miami don't want your kind in our city, and I'm pretty sure other cities feel the same way too. Oh no.
Oh no. So with that, I'm gonna see y'all out. I'm gonna let y'all listen to the rest of this, and that'll be our closing credits for this evening. I will see you again next week. I'm gonna try to prepare ahead of time for the shows next week. So hopefully, can get a few lives in next week, and I got to get to the trending topics too. But with that, I thank all of you for your continued support. Again, thank you to everyone who's donated via the Cash App or the YouTube or whatever platforms. Please hit that like button if you have not as of yet. And with that, until next time, enjoy your weekend. Make sure to take care and be blessed. Peace.
What is this? Is it on Facebook? Is it on Instagram? What's her name? Oh, she from Miami. Oh, one of them. Oh, she one of them. I don't know who she is. Yeah, the bed table is in there. I feel like I'm gonna put it together in the morning. I don't even know who this person is. Geisha 304. Oh, is this hold on. If this gonna be some bullshit. Is she talking that I'm sure she's talking negatively, right? Right? What you said? Geisha 304, Geisha 305. Geisha 305. Oh, 304 was something else, ain't it? Oh, girl.
Oh, no. But this roast is about the Georgia-based chef that's originally from Chicago. Darius Williams, that goes by the alias Darius Cooks. This fool...
Next caller.
Child, he better laugh that shit off, because that fuck nigga don't want no smoke.
What's her name?
Bitch ass nigga, my name is the Manatee Slayer. I snatch big whale looking ass niggas like yourself out the sea. Boy, you look like you could be TD Jake's sperm. God forgive me, but don't forgive him. Because he steal Food Network recipes and put it in textbooks. Boy, why all your female followers don't have no neck? Oh. No. What the fuck in the booger snot swallow was that? Boy, you too goddamn gray in the beard to be eating mucus. Nigga, how old are you? 356? Ain't no way in the world I'll have you cooking for me swallowing nostril juice. Fool, you a nasty old shorty.
Oh, she from Miami.
That part pussy ass nigga.
Oh, one of them.
And your twinkle toe ass is one of those. Them, they, their, she, don't forget to tuck the wee-wee. Ass nigga. Fuck you thought. Nigga, go clean your nose.
Oh, she one of them.
And we damn sure know your reading rainbow ass ain't one of him.
I don't know who she is.
Yes, the fuck you do, bitch, because soon as you say it.
Next caller.
I knew your big back penis shaped bald head ass be tuning in.
Y'all know Geisha 305 ain't funny.
You know who to play with.
Geisha 304. Oh, is this
Yeah, you tried it, but you know the 5 get live.
Hold on. If this gonna be some bullshit. Is she talking that I'm sure she's talking negatively, right?
I damn sure ain't talking sweet, you sugar diabetical. I'm lighting your ass up in my roast. Did you hear that, Mr. No Vagina?
Geisha 305. Oh, 304 was something else, ain't it?
Come on, go blow your nose. Nigga, I smell that BBL bag in your bypass.
Oh, girl.
Oh, no. But this roast is about the Georgia-based chef that's originally from Chicago. Darius Williams, that goes by the alias Darius Cooks. This fool... Oh, no. You turned that video off so fast, you didn't want them viewers to hear me light you up. You scared of me and that invisible man that's pinching that fatty meat on the back of your neck. Boy, you can't tell me the inside of that white collar don't look like an oil spill. Nigga, the white stripes on that jacket even dingy. You just look like when you take a piss in the bathroom, you make ink. Like if I was to turn a Sharpie marker over, your name would be in the credits. And that fucked up wig wearing bitch in your comment section, I am Grayson's TT. Don't your 68-year-old ass have a plot consultation coming up at a burial site coming soon. You polygrip denture on the nightstand wearing ass bitch. And Nanatina with your profile pic, you look like you had a back page. Old 3 hugs for $20 retired thought. Lady, don't miss your insulin shots worrying about Florida. Talking about we need prayer, your instigating ass needed too. And super crazy, Bob, you too goddamn old for cartoon emoji profile pics. Grow the fuck up. It's always you funny looking no-neck bitches scared to put up a real pic. Because y'all know damn well ain't a Barbie in the world look like y'all ass. Y'all be putting up the cutest pics but be looking like Shrek behind the scenes. Talking about drag me. Drag a real pic on your profile, bitch. Oh, no.